Yo, what's going on, comic compadres, and welcome back to the Hood Rat Podcast, where I'm Hood Rat, you're Hood Rat, and what? We're the Rat Pack, man. We're the Rat Pack in the house, man. But welcome back welcome to our San Diego Comic Con special, man. I'm a local San Diegan. I know Javid's over here in SoCal. He'll be going to San Diego Comic Con as well. And Dan's here in California, but we got Hood all the way from New Orleans, man. We were talking about San Diego Comic Con. And I was like, "Who that? Do you want to go?" He's like, "Nah, bro. I like to sleep and I like to eat, man." I said, ain't no sleeping and eating, bro. At San Diego Comic Con, bro. It's too that busy. Like I was telling the guys in the back room, man. Yeah, I have I did a whole schedule for myself for the next for Wednesday all the way through Sunday, and I have no breaks. There's no breaks. It's like running from one place to another, man. So. I think I'm in shape enough to do it, but we'll see, man. We'll see how I feel on Saturday, man. But yeah, man, let's get this started, man. Dan, how you doing, bro? How you doing? You good?
I'm doing just great. I wish I could go to Comic Con, but even though I'm in California, it's a long haul, and I'm not in shape anymore. So no, I got to pass.
next year I'm gonna get you, Dan. We're gonna get you here, man. How about you, Joe? How you living, man?
I'm good, man. I'm good. I'm excited about this week. My first Comic Con. I've never been to San Diego Comic Con, so I'm excited about this.
All right, man. How you doing out there in NOLA, bro?
Oh, I'm good, man. I'm no lie. I would love to go one year, but I don't know if I would have a schedule. I don't think people visit New Orleans or southern, good, real southern cities. You realize that we kind of go at our own flow, and that would kind of mess up my own flow. But I think I would enjoy it if I did my own flow. If I didn't stick to a schedule, I probably would love it.
Yeah, bro, man. Like I always have a schedule, but then by Saturday or Friday, I'm like, oh, screw the schedule, man. I want to have fun.
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie. I probably would do that. I'll probably start with a schedule like what is it, Wednesday or Thursday, whatever it starts.
Yeah.
I'll probably like the first couple of days. I'll probably like, all right, we stick to this, and then by Friday and Saturday, I'm like, man, I want to try this place out. I want to go over here. I want to get this drink.
Yeah, man. That's kind of how it goes for me too, man. Like I just like I'm on vacation, bro, man. I don't need to have a schedule, man. But let's say what's up to the chat, man. We got Rudy in the house, man. Our moderator, bro. What's going on? Our other moderator, man. We got Craig. Craig's gonna be at San Diego Comic Con as well, bro. He'll be there with us, man, hanging out. We got Dan, bro. What's up, Dan? How you doing, man? Welcome, bro. And Dan says he is going to be at the con as well, man. He's gonna be at the con as well. Yeah. So hey, Dan, man, you'll find us in the line, man. Either one, that was Everything Else line or the Hall H line. We'll be there, man. But yo, man, I want to start this off, man, by introducing my good friend, man. Me and this guy right here, man. We've been friends for a while. I mean, we've been line buddies for New Comic Book Day, and it's awesome to see Eric become the artist that he has, man. He's become one of the best cover artists in the game, man, and like his style, it's his cover, bro, when it comes out, man. And I want to welcome Eric EM Gist. I just know him by Eric, man, but EM Gist to the house, man. How you doing, Eric?
What's up, guys? I'm doing well.
Hey, welcome, bro. I'm gonna put you on the hot seat, bro. There you go, man. And he's already started out, man. Look at that, dude. So everybody, man, in the live chat, you have to put something in the live chat so I can put you on the wheel, man. Because Eric's been kind enough to come on here and give away this sketch when she's done, man. He's gonna send it over to you guys. Out here in the United States, all right? We're gonna do United States only, so just want to let y'all know, man. Yeah, we're gonna do the hot seat first, man, and we're just gonna ask you a couple questions, one question each, man, comic book related. And I'm gonna start off with our OG, man, the OG of all of us, and that's Dan up there, man. What's your first question for Eric, man?
A simple and kind of an off-speed pitch: Star Trek or Star Wars?
Wow, that's a tough one. Crap. I guess I'd have to go Star Wars overall, but it's a tough call. If you ask me specifics, I'd give you a more specific answer. But if you're asking me total body of work, I guess I'd have to go Star Wars.
There's no right or wrong answer.
All right, John, what's your question, man?
So I'd like to know the top 3 characters that you haven't drawn that you would like to draw or have on the cover.
Top 3, Long Shot would be number 1.
Okay.
For sure. Let's see, who else would be Nightcrawler. I haven't done Nightcrawler yet. And probably, if you're talking about just a cover, I'd throw Spider-Man in there because I haven't done him on a cover yet. I've only done him on a card. So I guess those would be my 3 top.
Cool. Great,
All right,
great
man.
characters.
Great characters, bro. How about you, Who Dat, man? What's your question, bro?
Well, somebody took like kind of my question. So I'm gonna mix it up. I'm gonna do something. I'm gonna ask a question. How about this? Instead of saying Marvel or DC, Black Panther or Black Lightning?
Black Panther. Got to go Black Panther.
Black Panther. I like it, man. A Black Panther. We can agree on that, right, guys? We all
Yeah.
love Black Panther.
100%.
All right, man. And my question is, what is your favorite comic book issue, man? I think I asked you this before, but I want to hear it again, man. What's your favorite comic book issue?
The favorite comic book issue. That would be a tough one. I can tell you the one that kind of is nearest and dearest to me. And I can't remember the exact number, but it was the Asgard Wars X-Men annual, the one with where Storm has her Asgardian hammer, and she gets her. It was back when she didn't have her powers, right? After Forge's gun took them away, and she got them back briefly by having some version. It wasn't Mjolnir. I think it was Stormbreaker. I think is that what it was? Something like that. I can't remember what her hammer was called, but she had a Mjolnir-like hammer for a brief period during the Asgard Wars annuals that they did back in the 80s. And it was by Art Adams, and that's I want to say maybe it was annual 10, maybe.
No, I want a Storm holding Stormbreaker's hammer drawing.
I know, right?
Yeah.
Oh, that's interesting, man.
I'm
And
amazed
it's
you
an
can
Art
carry
Adams
on.
cover, which makes it awesome. So
I'm amazed you can carry on this conversation while focusing in on this artwork that you're doing.
I do it all the time. I teach drawing and painting, so I'm used to kind of drawing while I teach, and giving lectures and talking to people and teaching them how to draw. So it's something I've been doing for a long time.
Okay.
And I got one more question, man. Like, you have a pretty classic, like, a fine art style. Like, can you tell us more about that, man? Because your style is really fine art, right? And you actually paint your covers too, as well, right?
Yeah. They're all painted in oils. I mean, I've done a few digital here and there, but for the most part, they're all in oils. And yeah, I was trained in a more classical, for lack of a better term, fine art background. I like the term fine illustration. That's kind of the what I would call it, because I'm influenced by a lot of the illustrators from the Silver and Bronze Age of illustration. But there's a lot of fine art in there as well. And my main instructor and my wife are both gallery painters. So yeah, that's kind of where all that comes from.
I have no art background whatsoever, but as I see you drawing this this character here, it reminds me of 2 artists, Sal Buscema and Herb Trimp.
Sal Buscema is definitely in there. Trimp I actually wasn't get that familiar with until later on. I mean, I knew his work just because of the nature of what he did and the impact he had on comics, but I wasn't really that familiar with him as an artist until I got into probably my mid to late 30s. Actually, I mean, I'd heard the name, and obviously everyone knows his work because Wolverine and Hulk and all that, but yeah, I wasn't that familiar with him, but man, I'm flattered if you see that in my work for sure. His work is or was phenomenal, and continues to be. But
right.
Unfortunately, he's no longer with us. But yeah, definitely great work that I appreciate now. But yeah, I wasn't really that familiar with his work until I got a little bit older.
Hey, Eric, when did you start actually drawing? Like, how old were you?
I don't ever remember not drawing, to be honest. But the first time that I remember sitting down to draw, like actually actively going and searching out, art materials and finding paper and not just grabbing kind of whatever was in front of me when it was convenient, I was about 10. That was the first time I remember consciously saying, I am going to go sit down and draw. But, I don't ever remember not drawing.
Who is some of your fine artist inspirations, man? Like, because I could see you have some fine artist inspirations, outside of comic books, right?
Yeah. Probably one of the. I mean, there's a ton of them, and there's a lot of the ones that everyone will say, like John Singer Sargent and Rembrandt, and that. But some of the maybe outside of art, some of the lesser known people, Caravaggio. I mean, he's really famous amongst artists. I don't know how many people outside of art circles are really that familiar with him. But Caravaggio, I'm a big fan of his work. There's a few artists that are around working now. One of them, Morgan Weisling, is a big influence to me. My teacher and one of my best friends, Jeff Watts, is a fine artist, and his influence is obviously in there as well. So those would be some of the major ones. But Jerome is in there, and Alphonse Mucha is one of those ones that kind of was both. He was an illustrator and a fine artist. Even though fine artist wasn't really a thing really back then. I mean, there wasn't really such a distinction between the two. That didn't really arise until probably about the 40s or 50s. So,
man, I think we're all mesmerized by watching you draw. Like I'm in a trance, bro. But I'm like, I can see it coming out, man. It's pretty awesome seeing it like form. Yeah. So I'm gonna bring up some questions from the live chat. So Rudy asked, Italian or Mexican food, man?
I'm probably gonna have to go with Italian food, but I love both.
I know, man. We're Californian, bro. Like, Mexican food's kind of in our blood, right? Especially if you live in San Diego, man. Like, tacos and fish tacos, bro, And then Dan asked, where do you teach art at?
I teach at a school called Watts Atelier in Encinitas, just north of San Diego. It's a small private, like, studio school.
Awesome, man. Yeah, so me and Eric, we kind of represent North County, San Diego, man. That's kind of where we're at, So that's one of the reasons I want to bring him on during the San Diego Comic-Con, man, because we're just repping San Diego. But North County, I know Rudy's out there in Central, man. But we're North County out here, man. Closer to Camp Pendleton, that's how you kind of know, So, but Eric, man, I want to thank you for coming on, man, and I want to share something here, man. Let me see here. So Eric's actually going to be right here. So you guys see right here, he's going to be at San Diego Comic-Con. He's going to be over there at booth 1107. Make sure you check him out. That's going to be the Trinity Comics booth, right, Eric? Like, you guys going to all kind of be set up over there like last time?
Yeah. We have two artist alley tables there, and I'll be over there, and I know we'll be having Scott Williams do some stuff for our Whatnot channel as well. So we'll be doing live demos, throughout the con, and doing stuff at the booth, and obviously signing stuff for people, and we'll have some exclusives available. So the whole con gig we'll be getting in on.
Oh, we got one more question here, man. So No One's asked this question for Mr. Gist. Do you draw on Wacom boards like digital tablets, or do you find it same as freehand?
When I do digital, I actually use Procreate on my iPad. That's kind of my digital medium of choice. I don't do too much finished work on there. It's mostly comp work, like doing sketches and sort of working out my initial ideas before going and shooting reference and taking it to more of a finish.
Man, I'm very mesmerized right now. I gotta put this on right here, because if not, I'm gonna be in a EM Gist trance, man. So. But
the whole show could be just watching Eric draw.
Exactly.
We could forget our format and do it next week.
That's why Robert had a good question when he said, "Do you draw on Twitch?" Because I could see people just tuning in and watching.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you, Eric? Do you draw on Twitch or on Twitch or on Instagram Live or anything like that? Because I know you did something on YouTube, right? Recently. Right, with
I did
artist?
some. David Finch invited me onto his YouTube channel, and
awesome.
we painted Moon Knight. I'll actually be on there again. I can't remember exactly what day it is, but middle of August I'm going to be on there again, and we're going to. Actually, I don't know that we've even decided who we're going to paint, but I'll be doing a gouache demonstration on there this time. Dave and our buddy Eric, another Eric, he joins us, or actually I join them, I guess, and we sit down and paint together.
Eric, I got a question for you.
Yeah.
You know, I'm probably not going to win this drawing, but how much do you charge to do a commission or to draw something for someone?
I think something a bust like this. I'm trying to remember exactly how much we're charging because I do it through Trinity, but I think it's like $250, something like that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Maybe it's a little more than that. I can't remember.
Yeah, this has turned out to be pretty awesome. I like what you're doing right now.
I know, man. I dig it, bro. I can see it, man.
I'm with John. I'm falling in love with this image. The more I look at it,
dude. And this is the first time I think I've had an artist come on, because I used to have other artists on the other show, but they would kind of trace out everything and then ink it. But Eric went straight just run with a blank sheet, man.
Yeah.
And I could see it too. I was like, what is this? And now we can see it form, man. Like,
yeah,
that's some talent, bro. That's some talent, man. Because I think I had another artist come on, and he did something from a blank canvas, and he had to start all over again. He was like, "Let me start all over again, bro."
So Eric, that begs the question: did you have an image in your head, or was there something that caught your eye that it inspired this particular picture that you're drawing?
Not really. I just, I kind of wanted to draw maybe a more muscular character because I don't do a ton of that. A lot of my stuff tends more towards the sort of street level, more realistic characters, are kind of more what I'm known for. So I wanted to draw something a little bit more over the top. So I went with Hulk. So it was just something that I kind of wanted to do. But no, I didn't have a real clear idea other than it's, Hulk and he's doing his Hulk thing.
So in other words, it's almost like someone who does sculpting or clay work. You won't know what it's going to look like till it's done.
Yeah,
Is that fair?
I'm starting to get a pretty good idea at this point. But yeah, before I start, I don't really know exactly what it's going to look like. But now I'm starting to get a pretty good idea of where it's going.
Is it in your head when you're doing it, man? Or is it you just kind of like free flow sketching and
as best I can? Yeah, I try to visualize it. Yeah.
Dude, that's pretty awesime, man.
Yeah, that's sick, man.
So how much are the commissions again, Eric?
Again, I'd have to check the price list, but I think something like this, like a bust at this size, like I said, I think that's like $250, $275, something in that range. I'm pretty sure.
There was a book that came out, I think in the 70s, How to Draw the Marvel Way, and I got my hands on it. I failed badly.
Man,
that's a great book. That's a great book. Really? I actually recommend that to everyone that wants to learn how to draw. I don't care if they want to learn how to draw comics or not. I recommend everybody that is interested in drawing at all picks that book up. It's really an underrated book because it's Stan Lee, doing his Stan Lee thing, and I think people kind of look past it sometimes because of that reason. That it's kind of commercial and maybe even for kids, but I mean when you look at the actual artistic information, it's a pretty phenomenal book.
Hey, you got a fan out here too, man, with Craig, man. I mean, we're all fans of Eric, man. Like, He says, I love the new Moon Knight cover. Me too, man. Thanks for signing that for me, bro. And he says the cover that just came out, and the hands down, you did my favorite Obi-Wan cover, man, from Obi-Wan 1, I think. Right, Craig?
Well, thanks, guys.
Yeah. And Obi-Wan 1 is dope, bro.
Thanks.
I also like the one, the kind of the homage for 181 that you did, with Hulk and Wolverine. Was it? Remember that one?
Yeah,
it was like a 1 in 25 for Fantastic Four, I think. Yeah, that was. Did you guys see that one? That thing's rad, bro.
Wow.
I'll pull it up right now, man.
Do you keep your covers once you make them, or you sell them?
No, I sell the originals. Yeah,
okay.
I sell the originals to collectors.
Okay.
Let me see here, man. I'm gonna find that one. But dude, it's sick, dude. You guys gotta see this thing, man.
If you ever do a Turtles cover, I'll let Hood Rat to tell you I'm your guy.
Yeah, he is.
I probably can't say anything, but you might be happy later this year.
All right. That's good.
Oh, really? Yeah. Oh, I'm. You didn't tell me about that, Eric, bro.
I just found out about myself, actually.
I know some stuff about a new turtle series that I'm not supposed to talk about either because the guy who's supposed to be working on it told me they're supposed to have a new turtle series coming out.
Okay.
But he's like, that's all he said he could tell me about. He said he didn't want to say much more because he was like, when I can talk more about it, you can interview me on YouTube.
So this is a cover I was telling.
Eric, I just go ahead.
Here you go, Dan. That's the cover I was telling you guys about. You guys remember this one? Yeah. That's sick.
Wow.
I know, man. It's sick, man.
Yeah.
It's a 1 in 25, right, Eric? Right? Yeah. Because someone at the shop grabbed it, bro.
The Hulk number 4 cover, the one with
Hulk
and Wolverine. Yeah, that's a 125.
Yeah, someone at the shop grabbed it, man. I was like, damn it, because I think it came out when you were doing the signing with that one day with like Scott Williams and everybody else at the shop, you know.
Yeah.
And I think someone grabbed it, man. I was kind of sad about it, bro. I was like, I wanted that one, man. But let's get back to Eric. Go ahead, Dan.
I was just saying, Eric, I just followed you on Instagram, looking at some of your artwork. It's gorgeous, absolutely gorgeous.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
No, it is, man. It's awesome. I'm just kind of I'm getting I'm getting I'm getting hypnotized by you, bro.
Well, that's the show, everyone. See you next week.
I know, right? So Rob asked, do you look back at master painters like how do you guys say it? Hieronymus Bosch and Albrecht
Hieronymus Bosch, yeah.
Yeah, and think about iconic imagery for all these covers because it looks like you're in another class, and that's what I'm saying, bro. You know? Do you?
Well, I appreciate that. Yeah, I'm a reasonably decent student of art history, but mostly, I like the stuff that I like, and I kind of push away the stuff that I don't like so much. But I enjoy Hieronymus Bosch's work. I can't say it's necessarily an influence, but I enjoy it.
Dude, yeah,
But I look at artwork from all different eras. There's something in almost every era that I like. So.
All right, man. I like it, man. I mean, I want to. Dang.
Well, you can just tell. Look how mesmerized the three of us are.
I know.
And this goes directly to our love of comics. I mean, this is why we all started collecting in the first place, because we were taken by the imagery, the color, the story, and all the rest of it. And here is this incredible artist doing his work right. We can't look away. We cannot look away from. No, we can't. We're like, wow.
I don't want to put him on a small screen, bro. Like that's that'll take away from it, man. But we do have our picks, man. You guys want to run through the picks, and then I'll keep. No, you guys are good. We're gonna just do Dan's segment today.
I'm just kidding.
All right. Okay, let's run our picks, man, because we have some interesting ones, and I have one by Eric that you guys probably don't know over in the live chat and on the rewind. It's a very interesting book that you guys should check out, man. But Ja, you ready for yours, bro?
Yeah, sure.
You sure that? Man, I tried to get there, bro. I was hypnotized by Eric, man.
Yeah,
so I was like, oh, dude, I'm not gonna get there, bro. But yeah, what's your honorable mention for this week, bro?
All right, so this is Rangers comic, number 25. It's a World War II comic. I just find this cover, World War II is those covers are really cool because it's a certain historical moment in our lives. But this one, the Japanese soldier with a sword and the bondage cover. I don't know. It just struck me as something that's kind of unique, and that's why I thought I'd share it this week.
Dope, man.
Golden Age book, of course. Yeah.
Dan, what do you think, bro? I know you know this book, Dan, right?
One of my favorite eras in all of history is World War II. This strikes me as a very deep and powerful image that this artist decided to put on this particular cover. It's very hard hitting, and if you know your history, especially the Japanese side of World War II, I won't say anymore. I won't get too graphic, but this hits home.
Awesome, man. And how about you, man? What do you think? Who dat?
Well, what I like about World War II stuff is my grandfather was in World War II. He was part of the regiment. If anybody wants to look it up,
really?
It's a real famous regiment called the Red Ball Express. So anytime I kind of see World War II type stuff, I always, to always take a double take and it's always a key reminder of history. I always tell people, don't forget your history. And I like stuff like that because it makes you not forget your history, stuff that happened or could have happened or did happen. You don't know exactly, but it was a moment in time that shouldn't be forgotten.
Agreed.
Yep.
Yeah, great pick, Jaw. Great pick, Jaw. So let's get to our picks, man. You always pick up the eclectic ones that you educate me, bro. Because I don't know nothing about this book, and now I do, man. Now I do. But let's get to our trending, not trending picks. Checking with Eric and see how it's coming. Oh, dude, I like this. Look at that, bro. Jeez, man. Look at this.
And you would have to pick my favorite character of all time.
Right, Dan, you're in the running. I put you in there. You got all you three are in the on the wheel as well, man.
Oh,
you guys
man.
are in the wheel, so
I
I'm not
won't say- I
allowed
won't say-
to because it's my show. That would be bad if I want something on my own show, bro. Like, no,
Yeah,
we ain't gonna do that. But my pick, man, is this Gray Sports Almanac, and I told you, Joe, I was like, you're gonna like this pick, bro. Bro, I've been looking for this book at a 9.8 for a long time, because I am a big. If you guys don't remember, man, that's Marty McFly, bro. And then Biff got a hold of that, got a hold of that almanac and became like a billionaire, right?
Yeah, right.
I hate, bro. But how many of y'all, man, when you guys saw this when you were kids, are like, that's a good idea. If I ever go back in time, I'm gonna get me one of these sports almanacs, bro. But yeah, man. So I think it would have been okay if Martin McFly would have had it, but Biff having it, bro, that was a bad idea, man. But yeah, this is from Back to the Future 2. One of my, I think Back to the Future 2 was like the first movie I ever stayed in line for. The first movie I stayed in line for, bro, was Back to the Future 2. I waited in line for it, and I was like, I loved it, man. I loved it to death. But yeah, man, the Sports Almanac this is actually a really good buy right now. I was gonna put it either here or in the freezer pick, but I'm gonna show you guys the what this is going for. So 9.8. So 9.8 right now is going for about 523. So it was at 523. It was at 560 on May 20th. On February 22nd, it's around 442. So I think I could probably grab one for about 500, man. And this is one I'm looking for at San Diego Comic-Con. I will be looking for this one. This is like my goal book right here. One that I really want to get. And let's check out the raws, man. And so on March 2, 2021, this book was going from between $400 and $300, man. Like around that range. Now you can buy a raw for about $100. So it's a really good book to buy as a raw if you don't want a slab. And so this one is actually, let's go back. It's actually like the Back to the Future issue number 1, the Z-Box variant. So it's like a variant. So, dude, like what do you guys think, man? Is it if you guys see this for $100 as a raw, you picking it up?
Hell yeah. I thought I was a big fan of Back to the Future for sure. I get that.
Yeah. That's one of my favorite movies growing up. So
man,
yeah.
I love Back to the Future. Go ahead, Dan.
Well, first of all, I didn't know that was a real thing. I thought it was a prop that they made from the movie. I didn't know that actually existed. And I'm just looking this up. There's a special connection I had to that particular film. I loved the first one, and the second one came out in 1989. But they made a famous prediction that the Chicago Cubs would win the World Series in 2015. They just missed, as we know, and I'm a huge Cub fan. So we're hitting on all cylinders on the show tonight. They won the year afterwards, but that was pretty surreal. But yeah, I definitely grabbed this book for $100.
Yeah, this tells you how much the casino probably made on that year when people bet on the Cubs.
I know, right, bro? I know, man.
You know how many people probably bet on the Cubs that year just because of that movie?
Yeah.
But let's just check it to the real star right now, bro. That's Eric, man. And we got James in the house, man. That's a good friend and fan right there. He says, "I want to win that. I want to win that, man." So do I, bro. But I can't. So all you guys get a chance, man. You guys get a chance. Eric, man, it's looking great, bro. And then Space Bear says you gonna buy me this, Craig? Or no, you're gonna buy me the Back to the Future cover, man. Yeah, man. If you can find it, bro, I got you, man. But that's how it's coming along right now. And then next up we got Ja. What you got for yours, bro?
Oh, back to me. All right. Yeah, She-Hulk. Okay, so look, this was a week turnaround, and I'm just thinking about the She-Hulk show coming out. So She-Hulk issue 22 It's the first appearance of Jacinda, I believe. Jacinda, I think that's how you pronounce her name. She's a Skrull, and I figure there has to be some kind of Skrull tie-ins to one of these shows. We've seen them in the movies, and she's a shapeshifter, so it's a possibility that she could show up on the show. And these go for a pretty decent price. I thought might as well. There's 4 different covers, I think, variant covers. One's a newsstand. The newsstand's worth the most. But I thought this would be, a little bit of a spec that everyone could probably look into, just in case she shows up.
I like Deodato covers too, man. So yeah, for sure, bro. Yeah. Who that, man? I know you probably know about this one, right?
Actually, I know about its series because I had a lot of that run, but I didn't really pay attention to the first appearance of that. But I mean, even if it's not She-Hulk, you got Secret Invasion coming, so it's going to be a lot of trickery, I would say, afoot coming up. So I can see that character showing up in the next year in something. If it's not She-Hulk, it'd be Secret Invasion. If it's not Secret Invasion, it'd be something tied into Secret Invasion. Because they're gonna promote the scrolls, so I can see that coming.
Awesome, man. Let's check the prices on these guys. So 9.8 you can get for about $250 right now. The price is actually going up, huh, Ja, on this one, man. So it was at $150. Look, someone got a 9.8 for $20, bro, back in 2019. That must. Wow. Look at that, 31.29 cents. So the price is actually kind of going up with all the scroll news, right? With all the scroll news and all that stuff. So yeah, I can see that, man. And then here are the prices for Raw. It's about a $20 to $25 book. Someone bought one for $34.99, man. I don't know, but yeah, I think you kind of overpaid, bro.
The 9.6 though, that one right there, right?
Yeah, but I mean, I don't know if it's someone got lucky if they got a $34 9.6,
Yeah.
It happens.
It does,
You know my history. You know my history.
Bro, I always look at these, bro, and I go, was it at a really 9.6, or did they say it was a 9.6 on eBay? How you can pick your grade there, so. But you always know when it's a real 9.6 when it sells. You're like, okay, that makes sense. It's like $300-$400, or whatever, $100. But yeah, man. So what do you say, $20 to $25 book? You probably find this in a back bin too. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you definitely can find that at LCS, I would think too.
I told you, man. But let's go back to the. I want to get mesmerized. Mesmerized again, bro. So look at that, man. Coming along, awesome, Eric. And you're listening to us making these picks, right? So feel free to jump in, man. Feel free to jump in, bro. So next up, as always, man, who that's gonna bring you some Silver Age goodness, man? Go ahead, bro.
Yeah, so I wanted to. I've been trying to think of some different stuff. So ever since y'all invited me to join the crew, I was like, you know what, I want to bring like my little kind of twist and my kind of little thing what I think about. So I thought about the Fantastic Four 45 Inhumans. First appearance of Inhumans was a cameo Black Bolt. The reason why I thought about this book is because if I ask anybody on the panel, how much you think you expect to pay for a 5.0 of this book, what would your answers be?
500? 5, John? 500?
I don't think that much. I would think I was 350.
I was looking.
Actually, a little bit less than that. You can actually get a CBCS 5.0 for 300.
Okay.
And you probably could talk them down to get it a little bit cheaper. That's just thinking about it. So it's just like that's a key Fantastic Four book under the issue 52. And not one of those minor keys. This is a major key, in my opinion, of Fantastic Four that shouldn't be that cheap in a mid-grade. And if you can get a graded copy for 300, you probably can get a raw copy for 150 in a mid-grade, which is even crazier. So
you think this got hurt by the Miss Marvel show? What happened to Miss Marvel, man?
No, I think this got hurt by the TV show way back when. The Miss Marvel show, I think that was a wink by Kevin Feige and a post-production wink by the people who does the music. So I would just I want to tell people pump the brakes when they say, "Oh man, you hear the mutant?" I was like, "Hey, I mean, if you read know the history of the Inhumans, they're They are mutated stuff from the scroll, not scroll, the Kree, the scroll, Kree War, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Might be the Kree. Like they're like mutated something from the Kree. I think I remember looking at it yesterday, and so that's what that could mean. So it's why I always got to be careful with that the mutant stuff. I don't think she's really the first mutant, and I think it's going to tie back to the Inhuman stuff, which is not bad. You know, it gives you more ingredients to cook with in the kitchen.
Mm-hmm.
It's always better to have more ingredients to cook with in the kitchen. They might not do this, all the stuff that happened bad with the TV show, but I could see Miss Marvel and a few other characters, being brought in as Inhumans. You might see a Black Bolt later, or you might see, a Medusa because we do an A-Force. But I really like this play, and it's for the price. I mean, a couple $100. I mean, you get this is a big book in my opinion.
Bro, I got some. I put up. I knew you were going with this, so I put up some prices for you, man. Dan, I'm gonna ask Dan though, man. I'm gonna ask Dan. What you think, Dan?
Whodad spot on as he always is. This is a pivotal moment in the first 100 issues of the Fantastic Four, and it is an under the radar book because of the mishap with the Inhumans TV show. But no, they're going to bring these guys back. I mean, this is clearly on my radar. And I think for $300 for a mid-grade, that's a steal.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So check out the prices, man. You guys are so here's a 9.8 CL. It's a lot. That's a lot of money. $26,000, right? But let's look at the. So I pulled 6.5s, and there you go, man. 6.5s. So do the math, right? I mean, that 6.5 ain't bad for $400. $400. Under 50 Fantastic Four book. That's not a bad freaking price, bro. Like,
Joe, do you have this? Do you have this, Joe?
No, I don't have it, but I it's regardless if they bring the Inhumans back or not, it really doesn't matter because it's a one, like you said, one to 75 Fantastic Four. I mean, look at the artwork, look at the time it was made, 1965. I mean, it's a beautiful book. So whether they bring the Inhumans back anytime soon, I think they eventually will. I don't think it's happening anytime soon, but I think it will eventually.
Yeah, it's a classic.
It is
such a classic Kirby cover too, man. It's like, come on, man.
Eric, let's get Eric's opinion on Kirby since we have a professional artist on the show.
Go ahead, Eric.
Oh, he's great. I mean, what are you going to say about Kirby? I mean, even if I didn't think that, I'd still say he was great. But no, he's phenomenal. What maybe he lacks a little bit in draftsmanship skills, he more than made up with in storytelling and dynamics and page design. I mean, he really was the forerunner of the page design that we're seeing going on now. I mean, it was pushed forward by guys like Neil Adams and guys and Byrne and guys like that, but he was really the first one to start doing those really cool, unique page breakdowns. I mean, it didn't come till a little bit later. It wasn't in the early Fantastic Four stuff. Those were still a lot of 8-panel grids, but he really was the first one to start doing really interesting, unique page designs because I think he just started getting bored to a certain degree. But I mean, as far as his page designs and his overall storytelling and dynamics, I don't know if there's anybody doing it better now, whatever it is 50 years later. But yeah, I mean, there's certainly people that were better draftsmen, but as far as comic artists go, his stuff is phenomenal, obviously.
Yeah, man. I'm with you, man. I love them Kirby covers too. I know we all do, right? I'll pick a Kirby cover anytime, bro. Oh, yeah. Anytime, man.
Yeah. I know somebody who has like 3 of these too. So
really? Is his name who that? Is his name who that?
I had 4. I really like this book.
we got Action Dracula in the house. What's up, man? Welcome. I got you on the wheel. Make sure you guys, if you guys in the live chat are hanging out, watching us live, that you jump on. Just make a comment here on the live chat so I can get you in the wheel. Here we go, man. So James goes, plus Miss Marvel was always intended to be a mutant. It was just that Fox had the mutant rights. Yep. I mean, I saw that. Yeah. So the Marvel didn't want to make her a mutant and give her more mutant characteristics. Nando, man, the Hulk looks amazing. I hang in my office, bro. Like, bro, I would put that right here in the back, man. Right in the back. And then I don't know, what does that mean? Oh, Kirby kicks it.
Yeah.
Let's move on to our next segment, man, and we're gonna get back to over there to watch a master at work, man. We're gonna talk about some freezer picks. This freezer pick is actually Eric's first cover. So I'm bringing this up because I'm an Eric fan, man. I mean, Eric knows, bro. I'm always bugging him on New Comic Book Day. Like, Eric, bro, can you sign the cover again for me, bro? Like a fanboy, you know what I'm saying? So, but here's Eric's first cover, man. Eric, you want to talk about it, bro? The Tag issue 1, cover B from 2006. Tell us more about it, bro. What were you thinking when you made this cover, bro? Or how was it when you got the call to, like, you get to do your first cover?
It was awesome. It was great. I can't remember. I mean, obviously it would have been somewhere around there. So probably 2006 at Comic-Con, I was just walking around and showing my portfolio. One of the first years that I really had like a full-fledged portfolio, because I'd been working in video games before that. And I was walking around showing it to folks, and the people at Boom were nice enough to look at it, and they said, yeah, you know, we'd like to work with you, and they weren't paying much at the time, but I just really wanted to do comic book covers, and they saw I'd been doing a lot of zombie stuff for various different projects, and they saw that, and they're like, oh, we've got this zombie book coming up, and would you like to do that? And so I was like, yeah, great, awesome, sounds good. And so that's actually, I mean, my bathroom's a lot cleaner than that, but that's actually my bathroom, and that's me being reflected in the mirror. So yeah, if you were over at my house, you would actually see that exact faucet fixtures and that sink, and you know that was just me in the mirror back then, and then I zombified myself, and I guess the rest is history, as they say.
Dude, that's pretty awesome, man. Like you were walking around with your portfolio at San Diego Comic-Con. You went to the Boom, and you were like, you know what, man? We'll call you. Did they say like did they call you back like in, you know, like couple weeks, next day? Like how did that all work out, man? Were you like surprised?
It was pretty quick. Yeah, no, it was pretty quick after that. It didn't take long for them to get back to me. In fact, they pretty much said, hey, we've got this project that we'd like you to work on, and I followed up with them, as I usually do after a con. Anyone who gives me their contact information, I follow up with them within the next week or two. And when I did, they pretty much put me right on it. So yeah, it wasn't too long at all.
That's awesome, man. That's a great story, dude. I mean, I've interviewed a lot of different artists, and I always hear San Diego Comic-Con come up as like the point, that one point in their life where it kind of got them into the industry, man. So it's great to hear. It's great to hear.
Yeah, I don't know if it's as much of a thing now, but at one point it was probably the best way to break into comics.
Oh, really? Huh. So you just walk around with your portfolio, just booth to booth.
Yeah, pretty much.
That's pretty cool.
And they've got
man.
the portfolio review upstairs, and you know,
yeah.
And that's actually how I started getting work. Well, kind of how I started getting work with Marvel as well, as I did their portfolio review actually with interior pages, and it ended up getting me in the door for doing covers. But yeah, that was kind of how I really broke in with Marvel. I mean, I'd been in touch with them, and they knew of my work, but that was kind of what tipped it over, was me doing the portfolio review at Comic-Con.
Bro, now here you are, bro, doing all the Star Wars covers. That's pretty awesome, man.
Wow.
Bro, I mean, he got all the Star. How many Star Wars covers do you have in a row now, Eric? That you're doing for Star Wars?
Overall, I couldn't even tell you, but I just wrapped up, or it's not even done yet. But I'm done with the covers. The 5-issue Halcyon Legacy series. I'm doing 4 in a row for the Star Wars main series, 26 through 29. I did the one for Obi-Wan. I did a variant for Star Wars, the main series, number 19. There's a couple from the couple retailer exclusives for the War of the Bounty Hunters. Yeah, there's been quite a few.
Bro, I'll let y'all know, man. I'll let you know, man. Eric is a real Star Wars fan, bro. He'll come in with his Star Wars hat, bro. From what's that hat? You got it from Star Wars. From
Galaxy's
Star Wars,
Edge,
then, right?
Yeah,
Galaxy's Edge,
yeah. Yeah, I've got a
bro,
Mandalorian hat, and then I've got a Millennium Falcon hat too.
Yeah, man, he's a true Star Wars fan, bro. But yeah, man, you could get Eric's book like that for his first cover, and I'll let y'all know, man, you better get it now, bro, because Eric's gonna be around for a long time. $2, man, $2. Don't worry, Eric, it's gonna be like a $10 book tomorrow, bro. Don't worry, you know. Everybody knows now that Tag issue number 1 cover B It is another one I want to kind of get. I'm looking for at San Diego Comic Con. It's on my list as well, man. So thanks for letting me know, bro. And dope cover, man. But I want to check on. I'm gonna get mesmerized again, so I'm gonna put you on blast, man. Let's see where you're at.
Wow.
Ian, we got a couple of good questions on the side there too.
Yeah, for sure, man. I got you, bro. So so here we go, man. So where is that one I was looking at from? So Craig said great Call of Duty covers, man. So you did those as well, right?
Yeah, I did a variant for the regular Call of Duty series, and then I did all the main covers for the Call of Duty Zombies series, the second one. Beasley did the Call of Duty Zombies, the first series that they did, but the second series they did, I did them.
And then Nando, no one's asked, question for Eric, mechanical pencil or regular pencil, is there a difference or just present?
I prefer regular pencils, but that's just a personal preference. And mainly because I can sharpen them to a long taper, whereas mechanical pencils, they just kind of have the click and they come out and they've got the one length. But I like to sharpen my pencils to a little longer taper.
Mm-hmm. Okay, cool. And then Nando asked, he goes, I may have missed it, but how was the live sketch at Nuclear Comics? Because you were there, you were at Nuclear's here in San Diego, right, on Sunday? Was it
Yeah,
Saturday,
I did.
right?
It wasn't a live sketch. I did do some sketches, but I was just there to do a signing and a couple of people commissioned sketches. But yeah, it was great. Yeah, they're great people.
Awesome.
Yeah, really, really good shop. I signed up with them up in. I signed for them up at their Laguna store on New Comic Book Day, and then they said, "Hey, we're opening up a shop down in San Diego. Would you come in and sign when we get it opened up?" And so I did.
Bro, Kenny's rad, man. Kenny's one of the best. I love Kenny from Nuclear. Like he's a down mellow dude, man. Right? Really cool dude.
Yeah,
man.
they're good people.
I'm glad they opened a shop in San Diego too, because I think they needed a shop too, right? Where they're at, they're in like in North Park.
Park. Yeah.
North Park. Yeah, they don't really have many shops out there anymore. Because remember, a bunch of shops in El Cajon closed down during COVID, like two or three, man. So yeah, it's good they got another one up there. And no one's asked, is San Diego Con the Comic Con? I'm gonna let you answer that, Eric, man.
As a homer, I gotta say yes.
Yeah.
At one time, it would be no question, right? I mean, at one point, through the 90s and early 2000s, it wouldn't have even been a question. But I still think yes. I'm a little disappointed with how far away from comic content they've gotten, but I still think yeah.
It's more like a pop culture con than a Comic Con, man. Like
yeah, it really is.
Yeah, it's just a celebration of, because we're so damn close to Hollywood, they can just take the whole gas lamp and turn it into a Comic Con,
Yeah,
so
pretty much.
Yeah, it's cheap for Hollywood, man. And Dr. Comics asked, man, he's gonna test your Star Wars-ness, bro. Okay, here's the test. What's the name of the Cloud City? What's the name of the Cloud City in Star Wars Empire Strikes Back? Come on, man, you got this, bro.
Oh, it's Bespin.
Bespin! There you go, bro. Real Star Wars fan there, bro. You can't get him, James. And then here we go. Comic Aussie's in the house. What's up, bro? I'm gonna put you up on the thing too, as on the wheel as well. The WOTBH Alpha that you did is one of the best bubble covers. The War of the Bounty Hunters Alpha. Yeah, that was sick, bro. Yeah, I love it.
Yeah,
I have one
that.
too. Yeah. I remember that one's dope, bro. Yeah, it totally is. I would pick it up right now for you, man. I had it right back into one of my short boxes. But next up, man, let's check in with one more time. Let's get mesmerized, all right? Oh, look at that! What he's doing for you guys, man. Man, give Eric some love, bro. Look at that, man. He's inking it in for you now as well, man. Awesome, bro.
Gotta hit the thumbs up button on that one.
You gotta hit, bro. Oh, get a commission, bro. Get a commission, man. So next up, man, Jaw. I'm gonna get a commission, bro. So there it goes, $2, man. You can find us $2 right now. You get it now while it's cheap. Big book on the freeze, man. So next up, Vengeance, man. There you go, John. What you got, bro?
Yeah, so my freezer pick. These days the freezer's full. There's a lot of books in the freezer, but this one I've been seeing on a lot of claim shows. Going for less than 200 in some cases, and the amount that was printed on this and the character, some people love her, some people don't. I get it, but she's going to be in a lot of movies. They got a lot of run with America Chavez, and this cover, this book, the low print count, it all makes sense, and I don't understand how it's going for less than 200.
Right. Who
I
that,
love
bro? I know. I see you. I see you. Who
I
that?
love this pick because if people watch the last show, I kind of talked about another book and referenced this book because I was like, "There's no way this in a 9.8 should be less than the other book we talked about," and I'm not even going to mention that book because it doesn't need to be mentioned because that is that type of book. It was a hell nah book, so let's let y'all know. This is like he said, you got a character that's going to be around for a good while. Even if you don't like the character, it's a dope cover by Del Otto. I mean, and it has Magneto on it, so X-Men are coming. Magneto's gonna be around. This is probably one of the best Magneto covers. Not the best, but it's one of. If I had a top 5, it'd be on there. And then it's to have the first appearance is like icing on the cake. So and with the low print count under, I think it was under 25,000. I think. Copies.
I got a question for you guys. I got a question for all you guys. Fan casting Magneto in the MCU.
Fan casting Magneto.
I don't want to say mine because people will get upset because Magneto was written to be Malcolm X, so I would actually like to see the Denzel Washington.
Oh, that would be dope.
Oh yeah,
I like that one, bro. That's a nice, dude.
We're not too far off. I would actually go with his name Carlo Esposito. Is that his name?
Oh yes, Carlo. Yes.
Yeah. I think he'd be great because you got to kind of get away from the Holocaust at this point because it doesn't really make a lot of sense. So going with maybe another genocide might be interesting.
Yeah, a lot of people have been talking about the civil rights era would be a perfect time frame, and the age would make sense.
Yeah.
Even if you wanted to use a Caucasian, you could still do it at that time frame, in my opinion.
Absolutely.
Carlo Esposito would be a great pick. Yeah, he's a great actor.
I like him. Yeah. I like that one, man. No, I'm with you guys. I pick either one of those. I pick either one of those. Yeah. I can't get any better. I can't get any better than that, man. I can't get. How about you? What do you think, Dan? Are you agreeing with Esposito or Denzel Washington?
either one would be fine. This is my handicap because I don't know most of the new people in Hollywood today. So I'm still old school even in Hollywood. So I'll leave it to the younger people to make that pick.
Yeah, man. And Craig says Denzel would be a great choice. I think either one. Esposito, man, he's really playing like a lot of good sinister characters. He's really got that shit down.
He brings that intellectual edge to it too. Where he's obviously a very bright guy, or at least he's good at playing one. Either way, but at the same time, he's got a menace to him.
Yeah. I know, man. What was in The Boys? He was really good in there too. In The Boys. Yeah. I was like, dude. And he's in The Mandalorian too. Like he's rocking, man. Here's a good one. No one said Danny Trejo, man. Danny does Magneto, bro. And then Craig said Viggo Mortensen. That would be good. That'd be good, dude.
That's not bad.
That's not bad, man. That's not bad, dude. That's not bad. And here we go. How about this one, man? Javier Bardem.
Yeah.
From No Country.
There's rumors. He might be up for Doom, actually.
He would be a good Doom.
He'd be a good Doom, yeah.
He'd be a Doom. I think this guy, dude. This guy would be my pick for Doom. Like I love this actor.
They might make Latveria a Mediterranean country, and they're going to cast him. That's one of the recent rumors.
Yeah, man. Who said Marky Mark, bro? Rudy, bro, get out of here, bro. Marky Mark, bro. And then and I love you, though, man. And then actually, Dracula agreed, man. Javier Bardem for Dr. Doom. Denzel Washington, man, son of John David Washington.
Yeah, John David Washington. He's becoming a really good actor. When you get people like Christopher Nolan having you star in a film, you really made that mark. And I when he put that name, I was trying to think about who he could play, but I could see him playing a bishop. I could see John David Washington playing a bishop.
Yeah,
I could see that.
Man. Look at Rob, bro. Rob said Magneto is Adam Sandler. All right, Adam Sandler's Magneto.
Get Sandler to play Arcade.
He's been
Yeah.
acting his ass off lately. I'll tell
Bro,
you that.
what's that one on Netflix? Hustle? That was a good movie. I liked
Yeah,
it,
Hustle.
bro.
Yeah,
I liked
Hustle's
Hustle.
great.
Hustle was
Uncut,
good. Yeah, Hustle was good, man.
diamonds or jewels or whatever he said. Yeah.
And Rudy said Wahlberg hasn't played a comic character yet. He would be good somewhere, you know. Every it looks like everybody's gonna play a comic character one of these days. You know what I'm saying? Let's move on, man. Let's move on to what you got. What you got for your wait. So here's the so I put these up for you, Jaw. So here's what's a 9.8 is going for right now. Back in the day, back in January 22nd,
Oh, okay.
August, right? So it was about like a $1,400 book, man, at a 9.8. Now there you go, bro. Half the price, man. Fire sale.
But look, December. Like, look at the December
Right,
sales.
It just
And
killed, bro.
yeah, it just and there's no reason. It's just no reason.
She's gonna be no matter what you guys like her or not, bro. She's gonna be she's gonna stay around, bro. And then here we go for the July 2021. Here's how much the Raws were going for, about 340, 300. Now they're going for 185. So I mean, look at June, man. They were going for under 100, you know. So yeah, they're going about 60% less, you know. So I don't know, man. There's like, to me, it's a good book to pick up right now. You know, she's not going anywhere, and sky's the limit, man. With Miss America, you know. So American Chavez, man.
Buy the dip.
Buy the dip, man. Right now, bro. And what you got? What you got there? Who dat?
Well, this book, The Hood, #1, first appearance of the Hood. Certain other channels, I'm not going to name any names, pumped this book up because of rumors that never came to fruition, and I forgot what it was supposed to come on, but it never came out. And the spec that they were pushing for didn't make sense. Now we're getting closer to like a Black Panther. We got Ironheart. It's starting to make a little bit more sense to me that you could see the Hood pop up somewhere in those lines. And that book has been steadily and around, like, you could find it at shops probably for like $30-$40. I've actually bought a few copies around that $40 price range, and it's a hard book to get a high grade with all that black, and it's not highly printed. It's that explicit content, max series. 9.8s at one point were, they were high. I want to say they were like 600 plus maybe, and then dropped down a lot. So I mean, it's just like you said, buy on a dip. It came out in July of 2002, so it's right in that sweet spot, in my opinion, of those books and that weren't heavily printed.
Joe, man, this seems like in your wheelhouse, man. What you thinking, bro?
Yeah, no, I think it's a great pick. Again, buy on the dip. These days, all these content is king, right? These, Netflix and Amazon and Disney and HBO. I mean, it's going to get picked up. It's a very current story too.
Cool, man. Just check out what the prices are going, man. I'm interested because I remember this book. I remember this book when it was getting pumped. So 9.8s for about $400. So they're down. It's down like $200. I don't know, $175 from 2020. It's down. It's down to like probably like
Yeah, you probably can get one for $300 if you find a buyer. You have $300 cash and get you a 9.8. Which, if I had the opportunity, I would buy it in a 9.8 for $300.
Yeah, you could get this at 300, man. It's a buyer's market right now, man. Mm-hmm. So let's check out what the prices were back in October 21st. So it's about a $60. Let me see here, $40 to $60 book, depending, man. Now it's about, there you go. So we have a couple of $60 sales, but look at that, under. So I don't know what's going on here, but under here it was a $36 book, $30 book, $20 book.
Yeah, that's the price that I was looking at when you seeing it, like,
Is that you, bro? Is that you, who that, with the 1 cent win? That would be who that right there.
Yeah, that probably ended like at 2 a.m. on the Father's Day or something when nobody was on eBay.
Look at that, 1 cent win, bro. Wow. 1 cent win, man. But let's check out what's going on with Eric, man, because I just need to see, bro. I'm seeing it happen, man. There you go. It's coming along, man. That's all straight from the head, too, guys. So, live chat, man. If you guys are here hanging out with us, make sure you write something in the live chat so I can put you down over there in the on the wheel, man. But hey, man, let's get to my favorite segment, bro. I think it's John's favorite segment. All right, John, man. What's your hell no book, man? So these hell no books.
Hey, before we do that, we still got to find that guy to come on the show, man, so he could do
I know,
a
right?
hell no, right?
So for anybody that's new to our show right here, the hell no picks are just any books that are in the top 10, top 20 on any damn list, and then we're saying hell no, don't buy that book right now. Maybe you don't want to buy that ever. So go ahead, man.
All right, so Fortnite X, Marvel Zero War, it just follows the DC version of Fortnite. You know, people buy it, they take out the code. Yeah, I'm not investing any money or time into this one.
Fortnite's still a thing, guys? Fortnite's still a thing?
I guess.
I have no idea, man.
I mean, I'm not young enough to play it, and I'm not good enough, but I'm pretty sure it still is. And there are people making lots of money playing Fortnite.
Really? Did people making money on Fortnite? Oh,
making bank. They're making a living.
That's how you know you're old. You're like, people making money playing video games? That's me. That's an old guy talking, man. You know? No, but you saying hell no to this, John?
Hell no.
Hell no, bro. Like, this dude. This is my pick, man. I'm hell not to 8 billion genies, bro. Like, you know, I'm saying hell not to it now. I think it's kind of on the dip right now too. It's kind of falling off. I mean, I've been kind of looking at the prices, but I'm looking at the raw comic sale of $60, man. So that is actually doubled of what it's going for. It's about a $30 book some places, man. And I know, and I'm a big fan of Amazon too. I'm a big fan of Amazon and what they do with comic book content. They really hit it out the park. But I mean, it's just been what do they call it? What's the word? Option. It's been option. So we're looking like 2-3 years down the line, right? Yeah. So maybe you want to wait maybe a year and a half down the line when you can buy this for $10. Don't buy it for $30, man. Right now, it's probably a good investment book later. But right now, you're probably paying a little bit too much for it. Eric, man, you read this book yet, man? 8 Billion Genies?
I haven't. I've got it in my stack, but I haven't read it yet.
Me either, man. I do. I have 1, 2, and 3, but I just haven't got to it, bro. It's like, man, life got busy, bro. But I mean, what would you say, Eric? Right now, like, kind of chill on it, wait later, or buy it now?
Man, it's a tough one to say because there were probably people that would have told you to wait on Something's Killing the Children too, and that turned out to be a bad idea.
I know. And if you look back at the Stray Dog, remember the Stray Dog heat? Stray Dog was like on fire. Now
you can find $90 for under $100.
You can find a ton of them, bro. You know, so kind of buy those 9.8s under $100 later, right? So big hell no for right now. All right, Joe, what's your hell no, bro?
It's me, but that's the hell.
No. I mean, that's you. Okay, go ahead. Go. Man, I'm getting confused.
That's the hell. Look, I have the book, and I'm telling you not to get it. I have this book, and I'm telling you not to get it. And I bought it because of the beautiful cover, not because of any spec or the movies or whatever have you. But it's getting pumped up for no reason because that character Singularity has not been introduced. They didn't say the character was Singularity. And it's a 1 in 25 that's, I think, priced more than the 1 in 50 Adam Hughes. And Adam Hughes is a beautiful cover with Medusa. I don't see it. I don't know why it's going like that because they have a couple of 1 in 25s. They have a couple of different covers that she's actually on the cover as well. So it's like, and I can show you a 9.8 that I have. Like she's on the cover on this one as well. So like it's not. She's on the cover of almost all of them, but I think I think she's on the regular issue. So that's why I said it's a hell no because I have no reason why it's getting pumped up that much.
Is it because we're getting She-Hulk and they're starting to think, we got She-Hulk now and we got a couple Valkyries and maybe we'll have an A-Force go. I mean,
this book actually went up after Endgame. when you had that scene with all of the ladies and Peter Parker or Spider-Man was getting his butt handed to him, and he was like, it looked like he was about to pass out, and he's like, who said? Somebody said, give it to me, and Miss Marvel said, give it to me, and he's like, basically said, like, just take it, please, and all the ladies said, we'll handle this, and that's when everybody's like, oh man, we might get an A-Force, which I would actually be game for a little A-Force action. Maybe a little small series with some of the smaller characters like She-Hulk and stuff. But I don't think it got pumped up from that. It's really from that, and I hate to say spoilers if people haven't seen the movie. It's the end of the movie that they show of the image of looks like Singularity, like here, and you see Eternity that looks like Singularity, kind of. At the end of the movie, and that's why people got pumped up about it, and that's no reason to, until you get casting or you get some really announcement. That's what, but not because of an image that looks like something.
Is this A-Force an offshoot of the Lady Liberators?
Basically, I guess because Lady Liberators came happening with Bronze Age, right?
Right.
So. Yeah, it's basically almost the same thing because you got, I think Valkyrie is a part of the team. You got She-Hulk, you got Medusa. You basically almost got all the females.
Okay.
So big hell no for you, bro?
That's a big hell no.
Hell no. Hey man, I want to say what's up to Efren's in the house, bro. Dang it, sorry, I'm late guy. Oh,
Hey,
Efren. Hey man, we got Mike, bro. We got Mike in the house. Remember we named Mike the other day?
Or still Steve. Was it Mike or Steve? Yeah, Steve.
Steve's in the house. Steve's in the house, bro. What's up, Steve? Man?
You know what? His name might be Henry because you got to go with how his title of his name is Hyper Combo Comics. Probably Henry. Henry is probably his name.
Henry.
What if we name him Tyrone, bro? That would even be better, right?
I've never seen.
We got Tyrone in the house, bro. We don't have any Tyrones in the community right now, right? Like, that would be a very. Are we gonna rename him to Tyrone, bro? Tyrone, we good with that?
Tyrone.
We need a Tyrone. We need a Tyrone in the community, bro. Like, there you go, man. What's up, Tyrone? So Dan, Eric, man, I want you want to stick around for a little bit more because we got one of the best segments in comic book YouTube coming up with Dan De La Torre's Comic Book Corner. Are you cool with that, Eric?
I can go. I can give you another 15.
All right, let's do it, man. You got this, right, Dan? You got this, Dan.
I'm ready to go.
Let's check this out. Oh, there you go, man.
Oh, man.
So, hey, make sure, guys, in the comments, leave a comment because right after Dan's done, we're gonna run the raffle for this one, man.
Damn, look at that thing, man.
Bro, you guys are so lucky you get a be up on this, bro. Look at this. It looks like, dude.
Wow.
That could be a cover. Tell me. Am I wrong? That could be a cover.
You're not wrong at all. Wow.
That could be on my wall. How about that? That's it.
I know, right? I know, bro. I know, man. You guys are lucky, man. So, Dan, it's time to learn, man. Oh, and Kirk was not here today, guys. He had to work. We miss you, Kirk, man. We love you, Kirk, man.
Yeah.
But Kirk's line would be like, "It's time to learn. It's time to learn. It is time to learn." All right, Dan, there you go. I wanted to make sure you're on there. There you go, Dan.
All right. Welcome to Comic Book Corner. I'm Dan De La Torre. In our shout-out segment tonight, we want to give a huge congratulations to Newbie Comics, a good friend of mine. He made his 100th episode yesterday. A great member of the community. He had practically the Illuminati show up to congratulate on his 100th episode achievement. Check out his show. He's on Sunday and Tuesday, 6:30 Pacific, 9:30 Central. Newbie, this is to you and to your next 100 episodes. Congratulations, and thanks for being such a great member of the community. Let's get to our segment here. When I was growing up, there were two franchises that influenced me the most. One was Marvel Comics, thanks to Stan Lee and the Silver Age bullpen, which exploded the interest in comics back in the 60s. But another one was Star Trek. Star Trek, created by Gene Roddenberry, also in the 60s. I wanted to parallel the two gentlemen here because both of them had a similar storyline, if you will. Stan Lee had to struggle through the 50s and finally gained success in the 60s. Gene Roddenberry didn't struggle, but he had to deal with a different element, and that was Hollywood. Hollywood is a very aggressive medium, difficult to get any story or any idea out into the public. But he persevered like no other, and he created his own universe just as Stan Lee did. His Star Trek debuted in 1966, and it captured the imagination of tens of thousands, if not more, instantly, and it was a huge success. Now, the 1960s was a very pivotal decade. In fact, it was more than that. It was more of a groundbreaking decade. You had movies that were coming into prominence that were science fiction related. You had H.G. Wells' Time Machine in 1960, a personal favorite of mine in 1964 called Robinson Crusoe on Mars. And in 1968, Planet of the Apes with Charlton Heston and the very talented Roddy McDowall. But all of those were completely overshadowed by Star Trek. Star Trek was an absolute phenomenon. And children who are big comic collectors now had something else to root for: Kirk and Spock. We'd grown up with these characters. We'd loved these characters. What Gene Roddenberry did was he set a futuristic scene for humankind. In other words, and he dovetailed that with Stan Lee and Jack Kirby's vision of the future, where it was a very diverse crew. You had everyone from a black communications officer in the form of Lieutenant Uhura. You had a Vulcan science officer who was half human, and you even had a Russian helmsman because the Soviet Union at the time was complaining there was no Russian representation. Remember, the Cold War was still very much alive and well in the 60s. This was absolutely groundbreaking, to say the least, and it again captured the imagination so much that when the final episode aired in 1969, a campaign of letters was sent to NBC Studios, who was running Star Trek at the time. Now, this is, of course, before email. There were tens of thousands of letters sent to NBC demanding that it return to the airwaves. NBC, however, like many of the suits in Hollywood, didn't look at the growing element that was science fiction. They looked at their numbers. They looked at the ratings, and ratings were high for the first two seasons, and they dropped as the space race sort of went sort of. It had its up and down moments, and when it went down in 1969, Star Trek was moved to Friday, which is sort of the graveyard of shows at the time. If you wanted to show a television show in the evening. But the success continued because the people who loved Star Trek wanted to keep this on. They didn't give up any pressure whatsoever. They continued to hound NBC, and it wasn't Paramount, but whoever was running Star Trek at the time. They didn't get any success until the animated series in 1973. The animated series was, if you remember Saturday morning cartoons when I was a kid, it was, Bugs Bunny and Roadrunner, that sort of thing. And then this shows up here, also on NBC as well. It had the original cast with the original voices of the cast from the original series, and it only lasted one season, but this was absolutely incredible. I think this is still to this day, one of the most underrated series regarding Star Trek, because again, it had the original cast voices. It even had a guest appearance on one episode with Spock's father, played by it was Sarek, a Vulcan, played by Mark Leonard, and it was absolutely exceptional, to say the least. I wish there was more episodes, but that's all there was. And after that ended, most people thought, well, that was the end of Star Trek. Well, in 1977, another person who most people hadn't heard of put together a cast that no one had heard of, and his name was George Lucas, and he created something called Star Wars. Star Wars, of course, was an absolute phenomenon and excited the science fiction world. But by the way, I bring this up here. This is not Star Wars, but this is a movie from 1956 called Forbidden Planet. Gene Roddenberry had admitted that he had been inspired by this particular movie. This movie, again, made in 1956, still holds up to this day. It starred a very young Leslie Nielsen, and it looks like very much an early Federation Star Trek crew. It also had a robot called Robbie the Robot. And I bring this up because I don't think Gene Roddenberry was the only one who was inspired by this movie. I think another man named Irwin Allen was also drew attention to this movie because, again, he had some fame and success with the CBS series Lost in Space. But anyway, there's nothing wrong with artists and scientists and whoever else draws off other people's work. That's how you grow as a community, and it's no different in the art world or the entertainment world. But that was the beginnings of the science fiction and space exploration, which again was in its infancy. But after the success of Star Wars, whoever was running Paramount looked at their franchises and said, well, what do we have here? Oh, wait, there's this thing called Star Trek. Maybe we could revive that. And they did in 1979. The movies, the Star Trek movies, returned to the big screen. The first movie, the Star Trek motion picture, was okay, but all they cared about was the box office sales. It was very, very successful, which generated the second, probably the best movie, Star Trek II, The Wrath of Khan. The uniforms are more colorful, great special effects. You had introduction of Kirstie Alley, who played Savick, who was also famous on the TV show Cheers. It expanded more because of the special effects were far better than they were in the original series, which they were basically shoestring budgets. By the way, the original series doesn't get the credit that it deserves, coming up with decent special effects on next to no budget. But Star Trek II was absolutely exceptional. This had movies for the next 2 years, all the way to the sixth movie, which was Star Trek: The Undiscovered Country. Now, Star Treks 2 and 6 were directed by Nicholas Meyer, an outstanding director. What he did was he looked at the original series, and this one, Space Seed, caught his attention. So he brought back Ricardo Montalban, who reprised his role as Khan. This was an award-winning performance in Star Trek II, The Wrath of Khan. But Hollywood, even back then, well, actually even today, doesn't really give the credit it's due to science fiction on any level. Look at the incredible Marvel movies, who are getting very little to no recognition. There are young Ricardo Montalban from the original series Space Seed, episode Space Seed. He was the perfect person to bring forward into the movies. This was a lot of fun for me because, again, I had something to look forward to for every 2 years or so. And it seemed like Star Trek was alive and well and back into the limelight. Well, Gene Roddenberry, who had created Star Trek in the first place, wasn't done with this franchise. He started again on taking his idea off the big screen and back to the television screen with Star Trek: The Next Generation. By the way, the one thing that isn't noted is that is one of the most gorgeous ships in all of science fiction. That is the USS Excelsior. I love the design and I love the lines of these particular ships. They hold up to this day. But my favorite to this day is the refit of the USS Enterprise. That is by far the most gorgeous vessel in all of science fiction. Nothing else even comes close to that. But let's go to the Next Generation because, again, Gene Roddenberry, who had created the original series and picked everyone by hand, did exactly the same thing with this Next Generation. Chose the cast, chose the crew, chose the people, the writers, the special effects people, everyone that he chose back in the original series, because, again, he knew what to look for, and very much like Stan Lee and Jack Kirby formed their own Marvel bullpen. And that would be something that would prove beneficial later in life. So Gene Roddenberry, again, knew exactly what to do. He was as talented and gifted as a story writer as Stan Lee was. And to have not just one, but two incredibly successful franchises is no accident. The man was unbelievably intelligent, unbelievably gifted. Star Trek: The Next Generation was far more popular towards the end of its series than the original series ever could be. It introduced new elements, too. Patrick Stewart played opposite John Delancey in a character called the Q. I love the Q. Those two played off each other extremely well. It was a fun story, but it expanded the look into the Klingon Empire, and it introduced another element called the Borg. All were very, very wildly successful. And again, John Delancey was the perfect opposite of Stewart. I loved every single appearance that he showed up in. And people were very, very angry when this series came to an end. They didn't want it to end. And so, again, Star Trek still resonated very much with the population. That was one of my favorite episodes when Q loses his power. He had a lot of fun on the show, and I miss it to this day. And Patrick Stewart, we all know, who later played Professor X in the X-Men movies. Again, he was a multi-versatile actor, extremely intelligent and extremely gifted. The problem, sadly, was that in 1991, during I think it was episode 3 or 4 of The Next Generation, Gene Roddenberry died suddenly of a massive heart attack. He was 70 years old. And many of us, myself included, thought, well, that was that. That's probably the end of Star Trek as we know it. But what I did anticipate was, again, the bullpen that he had put together, bullpen which consisted largely of 3 people, Rick Berman, Michael Piller, and Jerry Taylor. They continued on the Star Trek franchise because, like the Marvel bullpen, who knew what Stanley and Kirby wanted, these 3 people knew what Gene Roddenberry wanted. And they continued on with the first series without Gene Roddenberry, and that was called Deep Space Nine. Deep Space Nine starred Avery Brooks as Captain Benjamin Sisko. The series started a bit slow, but people gravitated towards it early because, again, the powerful cast, especially with Avery Brooks and who else was there? Terry Farrell and others. They started to gel and come into their own. Later they brought Michael Dorn as Worf. These were exceptional series, and I love them to this day. It was they explored the Cardassian Empire, and they were the first crew that wasn't affiliated, or pardon me, not connected with the Federation. They were in Cardassian space, something else that Star Trek fans had looked forward to, a new world, a new culture, and so forth. Later on, they produced probably their better series, which was Star Trek Voyager. Voyager was, again, a very diverse crew with a female captain called Captain Janeway, played brilliantly by Kate Mulgrew, a very experienced actress. We learned in this particular series more about the Borg as they incorporated a woman named Seven of Nine, played by Jerry Ryan, extremely beautiful, attractive, and talented actress. Tim Russ was exceptional as Tuvok. Growing up when you were a kid, everyone wanted to be either Kirk or Spock. If I grew up in the 90s, I'd rather be Tuvok or the Doctor, played here by Robert Picardo, who was a holographic character, another type of characters and life forms, if you will. They explored the element of artificial life. So again, this is what I loved about the series. They were exceptionally brilliant. They were awe-inspiring, and they made you think. One of the best episodes of Star Trek Voyager was an episode where we find another Q called Quinn, and he represents the continuum, where Q comes from. And what they reveal in this particular episode is that this species started out as humans did, as mortals. They went to immortality, and then they went to omnipotence. And they discovered literally everything about the universe. And during this discovery, it was centuries of discussion, and it was a wonderful time for them. And then the most tragic thing possibly happened to them. They ran out of things to talk about because they literally discovered everything. So think about that. You get to a point in your life, millions of years down the road, and you have discovered everything. There's nothing to talk about, and it becomes a living hell because you're immortal and can't end your life. This particular character wants to commit suicide, and that was a very awe-inspiring story among dozens of others. It was probably the best of the four. Well, not one of the best of the four, no question about it. And people were also very, very sad when this came to an end. The last 2 series, I didn't bring any pictures of because they didn't inspire me that much, and that was Enterprise. And Enterprise lasted for 2 or 3 seasons. It was the first Star Trek, I believe, to be canceled. And then it went to the movies years later, I think in 2008 with J.J. Abrams. And therein lies my problem with, as a Star Trek aficionado, J.J. Abrams is probably the worst person to be directing. I think, in my personal view, he's one of the most overrated directors in all of Hollywood. J.J. Abrams is a Star Wars person. There's nothing wrong with Star Wars, but those who understand the 2 franchises know the 2 do not mix. And the first movie with Star Trek, with Christopher Pine playing Captain Kirk, and Anthony Quinto, I think was his name, or Zachary Quinto, pardon me, who played Spock. They looked like Kirk and Spock, but they didn't act like Kirk and Spock. The cast was awful. They were immature. The storyline was awful. The special effects looked like, again, Star Wars effects, not Star Trek. And a Star Trek aficionado like myself could tell the difference. The second movie was barely tolerable, but it starred, who was it who played Doctor Strange? I'm drawing a blank on his name all of a sudden. But he made it back. Thank you, Benedict Cumberbatch. We didn't know he was going to be Doctor Strange at the time, but his performance was exceptional. Other than that, the movie was awful. The third movie came out. I never bothered to see it. Abrams is now talking about a movie in 2023. If he's behind the wheel, my recommendation is don't bother. Because again, just like Marvel, and we'll talk about this in the next episode, that the MCU seems to be getting away from the Marvel Stanley format, and I think that is a mistake. But I bring up Star Trek because, just like we brought up in the last episode, DC Detective Comics has such a deep, rich history, just like Star Trek does. I think it may be simply a matter of time before someone picks up this mantle and revives it, because there's too much history, too much storyline, and it is too precious to people like myself and people who grew up with this thing to let it go to the wayside. So hopefully someone will revive this and bring it back the way it's supposed to be. So let's go to our picks of the week. And sort of along the same lines here, there are a few Star Trek comics I wanted to bring forward here. This I've never seen. I've never had. This is on the list. To the left is Star Trek 1. That is the first appearance. That is the Golden Key record. Pardon me, not Golden Key record. Golden Key comics. And if you can find this for any price whatsoever, I'd get your hands on it. Again, I've never had one. I'd love to have one, but to the right is the second issue, and I think probably the most valuable and underrated and affordable of the two. And I think if you're going to invest money, I'd start there. But there's a few of them, and not all of them have these pictures of the original cast on the cover. I look for the ones that do, and you're not going to make any money right away. These are just a sentimental purchase, and these are all long-term purchases. But if you do buy those are the ones I would highly recommend. And again, get the ones with the original cast on the cover. Switching now to Marvel, we just had the Thor: Love and Thunder movie. So Hercules, no spoiler alert, I think everyone knows that Hercules is in the movie. If you didn't get Journey into Mystery Annual 1, I think you missed the boat. I would wait quite a while before you do get that, but I would recommend you getting the first appearance of Zeus and the first appearance of Hercules. But these are two that are still largely underappreciated and undervalued, I think. To the left is Tales to Astonish number 79. It is a gorgeous cover. I believe that's Marie Severin. I could be wrong, and forgive me for not doing my homework on this one. But get it just for the battle. That is one of the best battles ever between Hercules and Thor. It's their first meeting. This is a classic story, a classic battle. To the right is Hercules, the miniseries. I got this back in the 80s. It was a 4-issue miniseries. Hercules, there is so much depth to this particular character. I don't think that Marvel has really tapped into it as much. There's still so much that they can do with it. And to the center here is another underappreciated and extremely undervalued book. That is Thor 227, Thor versus Hercules, another great battle with an appearance of Zeus. These are the ones I would certainly recommend to get your hands on. This you might wait on this because let the Thor: Love and Thunder movie die off, but I would get these probably sooner than later, and especially as the dip continues, as the economy continues to go into recession and inflation. For the next episode, guys, we're going to get into a detailed look at Thor: Love and Thunder. I'm not going to do this tonight. I think it's still too soon. Let it give everyone another couple of weeks so that everyone sees the movie. I want to get into detail for this reason. One, not just the Easter eggs, but by the time we have our next broadcast 2 weeks ago, the MCU will have made its announcement regarding Phase 5. What troubles me, and we'll get into this in the next segment, is that as an older collector, it is becoming harder and harder to predict what the MCU is doing, what direction they're going into, and why they're going in the direction they're going into. So we'll see if we can find any clues by what is revealed at this year's Comic-Con and their latest incarnation, Thor: Love and Thunder. Everyone, thanks for joining. For the Ian Hoodrat Network, I'm Dan De La Torre, and this is Comic Book Corner.
All right, man. So
Ooh, look at that.
I had to pop this on because we're about to do the raffle, man. I think Eric's just about almost done. But what do you think, Eric? You ready, man? You ready to get this going?
Yeah, go at it. Yeah, I'm about ready to wrap up. So
all right. Let me share the wheel, man. I'm gonna put us back over here. Then I'm gonna share the wheel real quick. Hold on, give me a second. And then we're going to run this for the live chat, man. I want to appreciate everybody coming through for the live chat and hanging out with Eric, man, and us. We still got some more shows to go, but Eric's gonna have a long week, man. He has to do. How many commissions you got at Comic-Con so far, bro?
I've got a whole lineup. I don't even know the numbers. So.
Yeah, man. He has a long. I mean, I'm telling you, man. If you're in San Diego, I'm not an artist, and I'm already tired, and I haven't even went to Comic-Con yet, man. I am, man. I'm like, dude. Yeah, it's like I've become the Comic-Con person to call, you know. So a lot of texts, a lot of DMs, man. I appreciate them, man. But yo, man, let's hey, live chat. Make sure you're in here, man. Let me go to the live chat. If you don't see your name in here, let me know. No way it's actually. I think I got you guys all here. Did I put Hyper up in there? Let's put Hyper. What did we name Hyper today? Tyrone. Okay. He's Tyrone. Okay, he's Tyrone. All right, so we're gonna put him in as Tyrone today, bro. So you kind of how many times do you want to shuffle it, Eric?
Let's do 6.
6. Okay, here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Man, good luck to y'all, man. I'm so jealous, man. Let me look at this one more time, bro. Let me put him on blast. I want to put him on blast. I want to see it, man. Look at this. Look at that, man. And that just came from the top of your head, huh? Dude, man, you got skills, bro.
That was a blank piece of paper an hour or so ago.
It was a blank. I never had artists come on in either 2 shows I've ever been on or 2 YouTube channels that did a straight off from a blank. This is the first one, and this one just came out magnificent, man. The Magnificent Hulk right there. All right, man. All right, let's get to it, guys. You guys are making me jealous. All right. Good luck to everybody. And I'll spin it on 3, 2, 1. Good luck, everybody. Let's see who gets this, man. Who's the lucky person today? Oh, damn. Rob. Bro, one of our supporters for every week, man. This is going to a good home here, Eric. Rob is an aficionado, man. He has a lot of respect from us, man. We love this guy. Rob, congrats, Rob. So, look, Ja, you almost got there, bro.
Yeah, you did.
Yeah.
No.
Make a copy of it. Let's do that.
Yeah, I was going to say, I'd take just a copy or a print of that.
Yeah.
I know, man. But Eric, man, thank you for coming on, bro. And Rob, send me your information on Instagram. DM me, and I'll get that out to Eric, man. Eric, man, I appreciate you taking time out your day. I know you're teaching, and then you're going to Comic-Con and look. Rob's like, what the hell just happened, bro? He just woke up. Look at that. Rob just woke up, bro. Rob just woke up. Like, what? Yeah, man. Congrats, Rob. We always appreciate you, bro, man. We appreciate you always coming in with your insight and your comments, man. And this is a well-deserved. I mean, is it me? But this is a well-deserved win for someone that really supported the channlet man.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Oh yeah,
absolutely.
Yeah. Rob, it's going to a good home, Eric. Eric, we appreciate you, Eric, man. And let everybody know again, man, where they can find you and at Comic-Con and everything else, man. Plug away, bro.
Probably the best place to find me is on Instagram at E.M.Gist Instagram. And at Comic-Con, you're going to be able to find me at table II07.
Okay. Yeah, for sure. And I'll put all the information in the description as well. So if you're watching on the rewind, just go down in the description. I have where you can find him. You can also find him on Facebook as well. He has a really good Facebook that happens as well with all your art as well on there too, right, Eric?
Yep. You can find me easily on Facebook. I'm just under my name. And I'm going to go ahead and bow out, guys. Thanks for having me on.
Hey, man, we appreciate you being on. I see you at Comic-Con, man.
Eric, thanks very much.
See you soon, man.
Thanks, Eric.
No problem, guys.
Man, that's awesome, bro.
Wow, that was great.
Dude, that right there, man, is that's a work of art, bro. And for him to do it like straight off, like from the top of his head, like that's like freestyling, man. Like
yeah.
I'm telling you guys, like if you just J2's in the house, man. Jay, man, we just did the wheel, man, for that, man, that Hulk, man, from EM.Gist, man. So blank canvas, we watch it, we got mesmerized, and now it's going to go to a great home in Rob.
Rob said he's going to frame it.
Bro, I would frame the hell out. Bro, this dude right here, I'm going to say, this dude got 2. He got 2. You got 2 from Death, man. Yeah, and they came out really well too, man. But hey, guys, let's get into our next segment, and y'all know what that is, man. That's Down a Clown, man. We're gonna talk about some good San Diego Comic-Con stuff now, so stick around. Oh, big props to Doctor of Comics as James, man. He sent this over in one of the groups we're in, and this is what it looks like the Marvel panel is going to be lined up to talk about. So there's a lot of information. So there, at first we were all kind of like, ah, man, Marvel's not coming to San Diego Comic Con, or they're not going to give that much information because D23 is coming out. But it looks like they're gonna let the floodgates out, man. They're gonna let a lot of information. There's a lot of information coming at D23 too, but we got a lot of stuff going on. So I'm gonna read this off to you guys, and we'll talk about it. You guys cool with that, man? So
Yeah.
Deadpool. So they say they're bringing Deadpool. So Ryan Reynolds will be in attendance to announce the next Deadpool movie, titled Deadpool 3, directors by Sean Levy, and they will send a video of Sean Levy talking. Black Panther, they're going to talk about Black Panther. Ryan Coogler's going to be there straight from Oakland. What's up, man? That represent Oakland as always, Ryan Coogler. Denai Guerrera, and they're probably going to talk about Namor as well. That's what I'm thinking. They're going to probably bring out the actor for Namor. So we're going to talk about Secret Invasions. They're going to talk about Secret Invasions as well. Blade. So Mahershala Ali's going to be there. Kit Harington. They're going to talk about that as well. And they're going to bring out Anthony Starr as Dracula. That's what they're saying. They're going to talk about the Marvels as well. World War Hulk. So World War Hulk was originally going to be a movie. Now it's going to be turned into a 4-part series for Disney Plus.
Mhm.
So they're going to talk about
Yeah,
this. Could possibly
they couldn't get
Go
the
ahead.
full rights to. They couldn't get the full rights to. If people don't know, Hulk is co-owned by Universal and Disney, so they wouldn't be able to distribute it. Marvel or Disney won't, so that's why they're doing the TV show route.
And this is going to be and this is, let me see here. This could possibly be a big Avengers event before Secret Wars. They're going to talk about Guardians of the Galaxy 3. The majority of the cast will be there. Dude, they're bringing everybody, bro. Ant-Man. So, Ja, is this worth sleeping over all night for, bro? Like, tell me, man. This is major stuff. Ant-Man and Wasp, Quantumania. They're going to talk about that. Wonder Man. They're going to talk about that as well. Daredevil. They're going to announce Charlie Cox starring along with Elsa Gonzalez as Elektra. So we're going to be bringing in Elektra into the MCU. And the big reveal they're talking about is at the end. They'll have a big announcement about Blade in 2019. It will just be some titles they're associated stars with. Feige will announce a mutant-centered film with Gina Carlo, Esposito. So the guy we talked about as being, Magneto, but they're going to announce him as the new Charles Xavier. You see that one? Charles Xavier. What do you think about that? I like it. I like it.
That's a different little twist.
And Glenn Powell as Scott Summers, man. Glenn Powell. So I'm gonna let you guys this talk, man. Who wants to start first? Who that, bro? I know who that, man. Who that got some ideas, bro.
Well, I already talked about the Hulk thing, and that makes sense. That's the only way they can do a Hulk. That's why we're getting a She-Hulk TV show, not a She-Hulk movie. The Daredevil stuff we kind of knew about, and the Elektra casting would make sense because if anybody knows, the Elektra comic first appearance has been hot for a while now for no reason, and the big notice. Well, the thing about the Black Panther thing, I'm very curious because they're bringing in the actress who plays Ironheart, so she's gonna be there. From what we're seeing here, and the big thing that I noticed that I don't know if anybody else noticed, the big announcement that's not on there, but we gotta wait a little while longer, is Fantastic Four.
Right.
So that was my idea. I think I messaged the guys talking about that. I think that's gonna be the big D23 announcement. On Marvel, we're gonna get probably cast, director, but all this stuff, man, I would definitely stand in line for.
Yeah, man. So it's a for any of y'all never been to San Diego Comic Con. I know Efren's in there, but hey, my nephew's in the house, bro. He's gonna be in the line there. That's my nephew. He's gonna be in the line with me. He's downstairs watching, man. What's up, Eddie? But yeah, for San Diego Comic Con, man, you could get into the exhibit floor, right? Like if you know people, they'll let you into the doors. But no one's getting into Hall H unless you sleep on the damn ground, especially on Saturday. You have to sleep all night to see this stuff because Saturday is always the biggest night, bro. Saturday Hall H is always the biggest, And I think this is only supposed to be an hour panel. I mean, do you think? I'm trying to think about like how are they gonna have enough time to announce 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6,
I
7,
didn't know
8,
that.
9,
If
10,
you
11.
told me that, some of this information might not make Comic-Con Day.
Yeah, that's
And,
11.
if it's an hour, some of this stuff is probably going to get pushed to D23.
Yeah, so I'm thinking, what do you think is gonna? I mean, I always like to see these insider like kind of like leaks because I want to see if they actually happen. And I'm actually going to be in the panel.
The thing I can see getting pushed for D23 is World War Hulk. And I'm trying to see Wonder Man because we already know about that stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, and maybe Daredevil. Those type of things I can see getting pushed to D23 because it's not, it's big, but we already know about kind of this stuff. But, that's just my thoughts.
The big reveal, though, I think the big reveal is going to happen, bro. I think that one definitely is going to happen. And the thing about it with San Diego Comic-Con is like they'll announce these things, right? The Marvel panel will happen, then you'll see a rush of people going into exhibit floor to buy up all the books.
Yeah,
So
what's so funny about the big reveal like you put on here? That's gonna be awesome if that big reveal happens, and then like D23 we see who's the big reveal for Magneto, and like and somebody else, a Wolverine, maybe like Magneto and Wolverine, but like they're gonna kill it. Marvel's Kevin Feige's gonna kill it.
Yeah, man. What do you guys, John? What do you think, bro? What do you think about these reveals, man?
Yeah. I mean, the big reveal. I think Fantastic Four. I think is a big reveal. That's what I think. But yeah, I'm looking forward. I'd love to see something going on with Blade. Marvel's they've been pumping that. Black Panther, of course. I think for sure we're going to see that.
I think Anthony Starr as Dracula, bro. Like you should be buying those Dracula #1s right now. You should have been buying them 6 months ago, or before COVID. I remember before COVID, bro, there was a Dracula.
Cheap.
Dude, yeah, but there was a Dracula #1, like a 9.6. It was like $175, bro. I would go by there all the time to the shop. It's a shop in the mall. And then one day it was gone. I was like, God damn it. You know what I'm saying? I was like, dude, it was such a great price, man. But I think you guys if don't know who Anthony Starr, he's Homelander. He's Homelander over on The Boys. Dude, I like it, man. I love it. And
man.
I'll say this.
Yeah.
I'll say this. They're filming Blade in New Orleans. They were out. They still are probably. I haven't heard of him down in the area. So if that is a big reveal, that's going to be like an end credit scene or a cameo or something. So I'm still excited for it. But yeah, he's not currently down here filming.
Because you guys have like Coconut Wireless in New Orleans, like it's like Hawaii. Like everybody works in the hotels, right? So
my wife works in a hotel, and they a lot of times stay there, and I always hear about all the stuff.
Bro, I hear about it like when I grew up quarter time in Hawaii, and when Vanilla Ice came to our island, no one knew about it, but all the Hawaiians did, bro, because we had Coconut Wireless. Someone worked in that. Someone was cleaning his room and caught everybody, bro. Dan, what do you think, bro? What do you think about the announcements?
I love everything that I see here, but there's one gaping hole here. And I just looked up when Loki episode 6 aired. It was a year ago last week. And they left us hanging regarding Jonathan Majors' excellent performance of Kang the Conqueror and all that storyline that was supposed to be revealed as time went on. Leads to a huge disappointment with the Doctor Strange Multitude of Madness movie. It had nothing to do with the multiverse. Virtually nothing to do with it. Thor also the same. I expected. I shouldn't say anything there. I'll just say I was disappointed regarding that aspect to the movie. It wasn't revealed. So it's been over a year now. What's the holdup here? They should have interwoven this sort of like they did when at the very at the very end of Avengers 1, which is in 2012, Thanos shows up. And then there was another reference in the second, I believe there was in the second Avengers movie, but through Endgame and what was the other one before that, I can't remember. There was the interwoven storyline. It appeared in Ant-Man and the Ant-Man movie and a few others that I can't remember. But why this gaping hole here? It seems like, and we'll touch on this in the next episode. it's like they're sort of like getting away from what they became, how the MCU became successful was because they stayed with mostly the Silver and Bronze Age. If they start getting away from that, I think they are. I think that's a huge mistake, and I think the fan base is going to say, "Come on, guys, where's the action here? We're still missing a gaping hole." As these two gentlemen pointed out, Fantastic Four is a gigantic gaping hole in the Marvel storyline. What is taking so long to produce all this stuff?
I think Phase 4 is just a filler kind of phase. I think kind of tying everything together, and that's what I think they're doing. I think they're just buying time as well. I think we're going to see a lot of great movies and a lot of great shows coming out 2023 and beyond.
Yeah, I think Phase 4 is the information phase. And a lot of the hardcore people are kind of upset with it, but if everybody looks at all the not critic ratings, but the I guess consumer ratings, everybody who's watching it, they're enjoying it. People who have no idea what Marvel's going on, they're enjoying it. I took my wife to see Thor. She liked it. She stayed up and she liked it. And she doesn't like a lot of stuff I like.
Wow.
So,
okay.
Yeah. So, and I've noticed that a lot of people have no like ties down to be holding to comics or like a storyline. They've been enjoying the stories, and I'm not saying that we should get used to it, but they need to find that good mixture what they had like in Ragnarok, of course, movie. That kind of like 65, 35, mixture. Some good comic stuff with some good, stuff for everybody else.
Yeah. Who's this guy popping up?
James. You're on mute, bro. Yeah, there you go. So I want to bring James in because James actually sent me this. He put this in a group, and I thought it was very interesting, man. Where'd you get it from, bro? Where'd you find that, bro? I was like, dang, that's pretty relevant information.
I've been watching a lot of YouTube channels, and then on the internet, then I saw one of my shows that I keep up with, and had a good reliable source on Reddit. So I had to throw it on there, bro. And it was just too accurate.
Yeah, man, and it's happening all this week. We're gonna be there, right?
Oh, absolutely. I'm following you, Ian, because you the guru at Comic-Con, bro.
I am not, bro. Everybody stop texting me, bro.
If everybody
and DMing me.
And everybody that's gonna tune in later on for this channel, find Ian. He know where to go, where to put that. He even gonna have coupons. He gonna have tickets.
Okay. Ian, you can score here. You need to charge by the hour, set a rate. Okay, so.
No, I love y'all, man. You can text me and call me, and I'll give you the. I won't keep the information to myself, man. But the one thing, like I told you, James, bro, we got to sleep out there, man, for holidays because they asking for 7-hour shifts now, bro. So
wow.
It doesn't matter if you're a YouTube star or Comic Time or whoever, bro. Everybody got to put their dick in the dirt to get in Hall H, bro. It's just how it is, man.
This is great. I'm happy he gave you this information but it just shows that Marvel actually has a lot of stuff they want to talk about and do. Because this is
crazy.
This is not even half of what they're going to present at D23. This is not even close to so it's like you're going to get all of this and another whole slate of, you're probably going to get Phase 5 information.
Yeah. It's interesting. They're going to have an hour to talk, so that's what I was told, that they're going to have a whole hour to talk.
So check this out. So I was looking at the schedule. So they're gonna do 5 to 6, but then I think Kevin Smith comes on around like 6:30 or 7, so they can actually stretch it. That's what I'm thinking, because Kevin Smith he usually comes on Saturday for his part of it around 6:30, and it goes to 8. So they have this. I mean, they said an hour, right? They said an hour, but there's another hour that they can take, and I think Kevin Smith would be like, take the extra hour. You know what I'm saying? Because Kevin Smith holds down Saturday at around between 6 and 8 every year, and I know he hates it, bro, because he comes on after the biggest panel. So one of the panels was like, when Force Awakens came, they took us all out to the concert, and no one stayed for Kevin Smith's panel, bro. It was just him and 10 people. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah. So, and they do it that way. So I think this panel won't be an hour. I think it'll actually go an hour and a half, man. I think they're gonna try and fit in as much as they can. But the thing about it, bro, is that, like you said, they're only giving us like that much right? They're gonna get at D23. They're saving the big stuff for D23, man. D23, they're gonna be giving you that much. You're giving us that much at Comic Con because why? It's a Disney Plus, it's a Disney Plus thing. It's a Disney Plus convention, so of course they want to pump their, pump it, So
Well, doing my simple public school math, just dividing that's 5 or 6 minutes per subject. I don't see them covering that each subject in 5 or 6 minutes. So this is going to spill way beyond an hour.
yeah, that's what I'm thinking too, Dan. I think I looked at the schedule. I can look at it again, man. But I was like, why is Kevin Smith coming like half an hour away?
The big reveal thing can be just like the first sentence of that. Because you remember when they did the big reveal for Blade, that was literally like the last 10 seconds. And he's like, yeah, thank you, everybody. Thank you. Oh, and I forgot. I got one more surprise. Mahershala Ali is playing Blade, and he walks out there. Thank you. And he drops the mic and he goes. And that was it. So that big reveal probably is going to be like 10 seconds.
Wow.
And just to throw a notch in it. So you guys remember when Tom Hiddleston did the
Loki entrance?
In that Loki entrance, what's being said is that Ryan Reynolds might do a Deadpool entrance.
You're saying right here, man.
Because they're currently filming Loki 2, so that's why they can't be there for Jonathan Majors and them can't be there. So that would make that perfect. And, and not just that, Ryan Reynolds loves doing that. Yeah. He would actually. He'll probably dress up as Deadpool during the whole convention, then go to this, and people are gonna be like, "Wait, that was Ryan Reynolds the whole time?"
Yeah.
See, now you're gonna have us looking. You're gonna have us looking for Deadpools, man.
Celebrities do it all the time. I'm just saying. Right.
Dang, man. One thing I'm looking at here too is I've been hearing rumors that Dr. Doom's actually gonna show up in Black Panther. So we may even get some information about that right here. Maybe they'll save it for D23 for the FF stuff, but who knows, man? I heard that it's kind of Dr. Doom may show up in Black Panther a little bit as a cameo, for.
I think they might have that figure, but you're not gonna know who it is.
Like Thanos, like they did Thanos. Remember Thanos?
Right.
Yeah. Like with Thanos.
And
we're all gonna wet our pants, all right, y'all? So bring extra pants when they do that, extra pair of underwear. Oh my God.
All the scholars are gonna be like, "Why are you so excited? You didn't even see who it was."
It's like, but you don't. It'll be like that.
See the mask.
We'll be working top bottom when they announce Dr. Doom. It won't be no frontal cortex stuff going on there, man. You know what I'm saying? But here, man, hey, Tyrone's has something to say, bro. They better get Blade production rolling, otherwise Mahershala Ali will be old enough to play Whistler by then.
They're currently filming, so it's in production. Yeah. It's not pre-production.
Have you production? According to your sources, what's going on? What have they seen, bro?
I know that. They're staying around. I don't know what part, but they're at my wife's hotel. And I don't like getting her to find out stuff over here.
I know, right, bro? You're on recording, bro.
So it's like, but she tells me a lot of stuff when I don't even ask about it. So I know that they're filming. She said, Blade. She said she asked me some Blade stuff. So, that's the new Blade movie, and I was like, yeah, they're filming down here, or whatever. And she was like, yeah, but she hadn't ran into Mahershala Ali or nothing like that because she knows who that is, and she hadn't ran into any other actors or actresses, but. I wouldn't be surprised if he does in the next week or so.
Hey, look at Rob, man. He has a good point, man. We still haven't seen what Adam Warlock looks like, and we have the Guardians of the Galaxy coming. According to this, a majority of the cast will be in attendance, and they will show some footage. So maybe, man, we might.
It's gonna be over. That's gonna be over an hour.
I know, bro. It has to be over an hour. I'm telling you, if you look at the schedule, bro, for Hall H, there's this gap between Marvel and Kevin Smith. So. They're gonna come hard, man. They're gonna come hard. Let me see here, man. And then Rob also said it took so long to make The Boys that they had to cast the character Huey is based on his damn father, man. So check that out, man. But yeah, man, here we go. So I'm looking forward to it, man. And then my last question, like I always, I'm gonna start with Dan. Is it worth it to sleep all night on Friday night to make this panel the next day and Saturday and smell like junk. And y'all, whoever's sleeping in a damn dirt, bro, and in the marina, make sure you go watch my video because you can go to the marquee and you can wash that ass before you get in a Hall H. You know what I'm saying? Because Saturday it stinks in there sometimes, man, because everybody has slept over all night. So Dan, would you sleep all night for this, man? Is it worth it, man? Hall H, because and I want to put some context here. This doesn't happen till 5 o'clock in a Hall H. So that means you're gonna be sleeping all night in the line wherever you're gonna sleep. Then you're gonna go in a Hall H. You gotta stay all day and wait till 5 o'clock for this to go down. Is it worth it, Dan?
It depends on how bad the smell is when you get into wherever room you're going to be with everybody else, because it's not just you reeking; it's whoever else could not have access to a shower. Boy, that's a tough question. I mean, it also depends on. Well, I don't know. I don't think I have an answer. It just depends on how bad it is, because the older I get, the more sensitive I get to that sort of thing. I'll say sure. Why not? Why not?
Okay, Dan's sleeping overnight. Okay, man, don't worry, bro. I'll bring you some cookies and milk, bro. Don't worry.
Thank you.
Jaw's actually gonna be sleeping. I'm hoping he'll sleep overnight with us in line.
Oh.
Jaw, what are you thinking, bro?
Man, you didn't tell me about the whole smell part, so yeah, I don't know about the stinky people. You know,
I'm saying prayers now. Praying.
No, man, 5 o'clock in the afternoon.
It does, bro. It reeks, bro. Sometimes. I mean, I was in a Hall H on a Saturday, and it was like, God damn, bro. Come on, guys. This is not, we actually have bathrooms here. You know what I'm saying? But would you do it, man? If you
40 and under, yeah. If you 40, 45 and over, man, like me, nah, man. I don't think that.
All right. Who that, man? From NOLA, bro. What you repping NOLA? What would you do, bro?
It's a lot of things you got to say about this. Like, since if I had the opportunity to do it, like my first time going, and I probably wouldn't. I would probably do it just because it'd be my only time doing it. But me being from New Orleans, I've smelled worse on Bourbon Street, so the smell wouldn't bother me as much. I would just be complaining about they got to think of a better way. That's all I care. Like, you know, because it's like they do lotteries for everything else. Why they can't, you know? So I'd be like, that's
great idea.
Yeah, that's the kind of thing I'd be thinking about being mad about because. But I mean, I would do it just for the experience one time, but that'd probably be the last time I would do it.
They do the lotteries for Star Wars Celebration, and it always works out, right, Jaw? It was like there was no hassle. We didn't have to sleep overnight for it, you know.
No one's stinking either. Yeah,
no one's stinking, bro. Everybody took a shower, bro. Like you know, like
and just from my experience being, you know, on Bourbon Street. If you haven't been to Bourbon Street, I'm just telling you, it does smell like urine and ass, you know. And I'm sorry, but I mean. That's not a smell you want to smell. That's like, you know, there's something about that I don't know if you know if you're not used to it, you might throw up. So it's just, yeah, you have to think of a better way. But I mean, I would do it just one time, but after that, I'd be,
yeah.
Okay, and James, man, bro, come on, man, come on. I'm gonna put you on blast because you already know, bro. You already know. Go ahead, James. What would you do? What you doing?
Yes, man. I've been in many locker rooms and I smell worse, but then I can't. I don't know, yeah, man. Now
you don't know.
Hit me with that, and you said 7 hours. I'm like, I could barely stay in downtown San Diego for 7 hours.
I know.
I'm just like, hey, and then man, he's saying it smells like piss in New Orleans. I mean, I've been there, but I'm like,
I'll tell you though one thing, man. I slept overnight once for Hall H. That was for the Force Awakens panel. And it was like actually a really good experience, man. It was actually one of my favorite Comic-Con experiences sleeping. I was back in the marina behind the convention center on the sidewalk, bro. Everybody had left me and they said, you ain't getting in, bro. You didn't get a damn wristband. And I slept there, man, and I met a lot of good friends I still have right now, bro. Like this guy, reporter from Spain. Dude, this reporter from Spain, so they give you these Comic-Con bags, right? Like you could put all your swag in. It's pretty big. This dude was wrapped up in his bag, bro, as his blanket all night. I was watching, and he was on a cardboard box, so he couldn't be. I don't know where he found the cardboard, but he had his hand like this as his pillow, and he slept like a baby, bro. I felt so bad for him, bro. I was just like, You know what, man? You take my mat, and I got my sleeping bag, bro, and I got my pillow, and you just take the mat. But I feel bad. But and then the next night, bro, they come over, like the group in front of me. They're like a group of 8. They came over and like they got coffee. Like, we got you one too. And I was like, dude, it was such a great experience. And San Diego in the summer, James, it's nice, and it's usually warm. It's really nice. You know what I'm saying? Like, but I think you should, bro. I think you should come out with us, man. 7 hours, bro. Let's go. Come on, James. Come on, man.
Hours, bro.
I know. Bring it.
Full work shift.
I know it is. It's there's not guys, but it's a good experience, man. It's a good experience.
I got you. I'm with you.
I'm gonna get Tyrone out there too, bro. So
bring that Rona test kit while you're at it.
Bro.
Yeah.
everybody kind of splits. The good thing about him is everybody gives each other space, so you're not like sardined in there. Like everybody spreads out. So like you have 3 to 5 feet between you and the next crew. So, but it's a really good experience, man. And let me see here, man. I like the chat, bro. How long can you stand hanging around hobos? That's like being in a line. One of these calls. Sorry, yes, Dan. Thank you for your Star Trek segment. Yeah, that was really good, Dan. That awesome segment as well, man. And Tyrone says, I like how Hudat has to point out the urine in the ass is something you want to smell. Good looking up, bro. Good looking up, bro. And then, bro, did someone come from the fish slaughterhouse? Sometimes it smells like that, bro. Sometimes it smells like that, man. But
now do you bring a giant bottle of cologne or something for everyone to use? And maybe if that works, I'm assuming it might work. But then again, here's a follow-up question. If you did it once, would you do it again?
I'm gonna do it again for this panel, man. I mean, the big one in 2019, I didn't have to do that because things change in Comic-Con, and a lot of people aren't going that used to. They all moved or had babies. You know what I'm saying? So like, there's a lot less people. So that's why we have to do a bigger span of time. But yeah, I mean, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it for this panel for sure, man. I'll be there. So and my nephew, look here. My nephew he's a Comic-Con.
That's funny. His comment is funny.
There you go. The Comic-Con is the only place where it's cool to be homeless, for reals, man. Like everybody's homeless at Comic-Con, man.
That is awesome.
For reals, dude. But yeah, man, we'll be there in line. I think James is gonna be in our line with me, man. Right? James will probably be in line. And how about Jaw? You gonna be in line with me, bro? Or you still thinking about it?
It ain't that serious, man. I know it ain't that serious. No, I don't know about spending 7 hours. Nah, I'm gonna be honest with you, man.
Oh man, I know, bro. I know, man. But since Comic-Con's here, it's the week of Comic-Con. I'm stoked, man. I know you guys are as well. Even if you're not going, right, just to see what the information is gonna be, man. And we're looking forward to what Marvel and DC and everybody else has for us, man. But follow EM Gist, man. Congratulations to Rob. I'm gonna put him out here, man. Rob won it. Rob won the sketch, man. It's a sketch of Hulk that EM Gist did from top of his head, blank canvas.
Wow. Yeah.
Epic, right? Like, I mean, that was epic, man. And I'm just not saying that to kiss Eric's ass because he's a friend and he came on the show, but that was an epic piece of art, bro. Like, I'm jealous, man. I'm jealous of you, Rob. So let's talk, bro. Let's talk, Rob. But yeah, go follow Eric over on Instagram, man. And he's coming out with this Mandalorian. Look at that Mandalorian cover, bro, coming out, man.
Damn.
Dude, it looks like a photo, the lighting.
Yeah.
Eric's a talent, man. He's a big talent. Congratulations, Eric, on all your success, man. You deserve it. And who that, bro? What can they find you, bro?
That's find me on Instagram and here every other Monday.
Yeah, man.
And I'll be doing an auction with Sam's group on his channel on Sundays. I'm always doing that. And you can check my channel out. I'm dropping videos here and there, and I should have a nice CGC unboxing. I don't think I'll, you know how the mail is. Hopefully it comes this week. If it comes this week, I'll do it this week. If not, you'll see it next week.
All right, man. And then where can they find you, Ja?
Oh, Instagram and here as well. So Instagram, Comic Book Crackhead, and every other Monday right over here.
What can you're going to be working the booth too, right, at Comic-Con for a little bit?
Yeah, I'm gonna go help out one of the dealers that P-Dot. I'm gonna go help him out. He needs some help. So I said, okay, you know what? I'll go and lend a hand.
Yeah, so you can find Ja P-Dot's like probably on Friday or Saturday?
Probably Friday. Yeah, probably
Friday?
Friday.
Yeah,
I'm supposed to stand in line with you for 7 hours on Saturday, right? So.
Yeah, bro. Yeah. You better, man. I'm taking you and James, bro. You and James, bro. I'm gonna handcuff you to the. I'm gonna handcuff you to the ground, bro. Like, you guys got to experience sleeping overnight, man. It's like camping, bro. You guys been camping before, right?
No.
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 See, look
no.
at that, man. So this is the first time you're gonna go camping, man. You're gonna go camping with the hood rap, bro. I'm gonna, we'll have fun, man. Don't worry, bro. Don't worry. I've camped. I'm a camper.
No.
Bro, I'm a surfer, bro. Like, when there's waves, bro, when I was younger, bro, I would just sleep under my car and shit, bro, like, for good waves. Like, it'd be raining, I'd sleep under my car, like, I'm driving right here, you know what I'm saying? So, don't worry, man, I'll take care of y'all, man. I'll take care of y'all. And Dan, where can they find you, bro?
Well, this is my home here, and then on Instagram, which I promise to start posting more stuff. I've been rebagging and boarding my my comics, and I'm finding cool stuff. Like when they started doing the Marvel Value Stamp, Stanley had a little preview about what it was supposed to be about. So I have not the first stamp, but the preview of the stamp. So that's kind of little cool things like that I'll be posting, and periodically on the Tony Sanders show, where I got my ass kicked by Dustin last Friday. I don't know if I'm on in 2 weeks, but anyway, that's the other appearance I make with this gentleman here, Mr. Hudat.
Man, you're like a regular now, so yeah, most likely you'll see both of us on.
And James, man, where can they find you, bro?
Hey, you guys can find me at Dr. Comics, and you can find me as a special guest here. I'm on IG. Other than that, you may find me on the concrete next to Ian crying and yelling. I guess I'm gonna get some free food or something about it, but you're gonna see a big dude on the concrete. That's me.
bro, don't worry, man. You just got to bring a nice, comfortable chair, because then you won't be on the concrete. You just sleep in your chair. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't worry, man. I'll take care of you. We'll talk, bro. We'll talk. And they can find me and you mostly at, like, we'll be at Shortbox hanging out with Godly a lot, So you can find us there as well during San Diego Comic-Con. I mean, we're there about what? I mean, we're there like 20% of the time. That's kind of our meeting point, you know. But also I want to announce to you guys too. I mean, I let you guys know last week, but we're gonna do Efren, Mickey from Swaggle House, and John from Bronze and Modern Gods. We had a John, so John's coming on. We're gonna be talking about our YouTube channels over at San Diego Comic Con. That's gonna be at the Neil Morgan Auditorium, bro, at the library. And I thought it was like this little room, and I looked on the internet, bro. It's like a little theater, bro. I'm like, it got me kind of nervous, man. So either it's gonna be a full theater or it's gonna be an empty theater, and we're gonna just be, answering questions to three or four different people that are family. But we're stoked to do it, man. We're gonna have fun. So come through, man. And John promised, John from Bronze Modern Gods, man. He promised on Instagram he's gonna pass out some gum. So I promise I'll be throwing deodorant in the crowd, so I can help Hall H out on Saturday, bro. So that's what I'm gonna do, man. So come, if you want free gum and free deodorant, man, you got to come to our panel, man. So, but thank you guys for joining us, man. Dan, awesome segment again on Star Trek. I'm really looking forward to that. My dad was a big Trekkie, man. I know Eric's a big Trekkie too, so I think he enjoyed that as well, man. And so was James, man. James a big Trekkie. Who that? You big Trekkie, bro?
No, but I know how to do that. So.
I know, man.
I can do that. I can both hands. Yeah.
All right, man. So let's do it, man.
Going up in the gang signs.
What was it saying for Spock? Peace and prosperity.
Live long and prosper.
Live long and prosper. And we'll see you at San Diego Comic Con, y'all, man. And thank you for joining us here at the Hood Rat Comics, man. The Monday Night Comic Jive. That's us, man. The Rat Pack. We'll see you at San Diego Comic Con. Say what's up. Deuces.
Peace.